Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum. So I'll do justice to many along will ever replay GBR. Many diamond back lale. If I want to wait, no more because obviously if near their life, more jama boke GB compared to many GB neighbor life. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna back because it's not about the viewership, it's about the message. So many GB they don't have to scroll all the way up. If you can give me a second, let me just put this here. Yes, so let's get going. So I just want to come here to make some clarifications because yalong narunko left ninfana left insa duma kumol insa santo kumol fono nyoyele mbes membe kono kanafo ngasiaka and you just see me doing what I do on my Facebook, you will not understand. So I just want to come here and make some clarifications. Nana dañing ñoo sabandi ngo membe caring within UDP. So just for clarity, because nte mantara mantara nyinke kan pour moe mantara ke kan pour ka mo sembentuya mantara ke kan pour ka feñinim fanweje. I am doing it because I have been doing it mo UDP lati, that's all. Wala malam amanke UDP dabo fonte de, it's not because of dabo, it's because of UDP. Ndo join the UDP la mbe UDP la man join dabo because dabo kunda kafo no wada malam beda nambare kundalto ninga rongo dawo kundala dia damalo beda nambaro mbare kundalo ada wala dawo kundato men defuta lot. So I just want to clarify one or two things here, very very important, because non de alka safero dolje sometimes we can be behind the keyboards alka jen ka safero ke albuka understand. So do bi jal sa jambe safero mbe keyboard ko mbe diamla mbe safero ke la and then kudol bi that may never be clarified. But I just want to say sincerely, genuinely, honestly, ni momo disagree ta nyinko. I want you to know ko nte ndanga nyinko nga bulale nga banne as far as UDP is concerned. Nga banne nga bulale as far as UDP nkol they are concerned. Ku kilin na tambonde la noje wala nyindi ko ni UDP nkol container ka fo because meneketa bi nga diamo la so me ko diamu jamba ndamangol grupo kono baro fana problème mo be mina obe folale. So we had a very lengthy conversation. Ani mol meni yalonko kebalel muti. Ani mol meni yalonko alpha le muti patiokon. Ani mol meni yalonko, you know, you just have to respect them even if palace table. I personally think I respect it. Idiamu dale ko ngani diamu nga bula nga bang. I may come here nga saferol ke nga diamu. I cannot be right about everything. But the same is true for the other person. But ninko mbakela nyama back and forth at a ban. So the only way wala mo be honest, ye genuine, ye sincere. Patila luwa menti ngatamane wala ndalta ka kenya mendro. Let's go by that. Nakita ko what I'm on, we can still have some changes. What I'm on flag bearer katoma because acetamon within 3 months before. So say like 11 months. Nico, let's say 11 months before abetomona because anali ajibe conversation on Bekeren, they made it very clear to you in as early as 11 months before the election. Flag bearer acetamon. I think that's a good chance. 11 months is never too late. UDP manke party kutati. UDP is already an established party. 3 months before, 11 months before election, this election, okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that will not, namang advantage dinna at a disadvantage dilana. So we had a conversation, and based on that, we are going to let go. Nganin diamo nga bula. It's not healthy. I don't think even na diamo me alonko. I went after these people ngela pencil counter. I've made it very clear ko. Ndasonda la ko nying amang healthy. But on the other hand, dolby je kwa healthy. Fine. I may be wrong, they may be right. I will give it to them. But lafta kamem foja wala nyindiko. Mbe kamendala ko diamo nyinga bula. Anunte, I'm not going to go after, you know, maybe sit down or ning dolby je ni kanyo sai ya. Mene alonko yo manke UDP ni asafe, you know, Momadou Kana Juniolu nkotoma, you know, nka joke and all that. Anu asidu nya nyandeta Momadou Kana jufaila. I mean, modo benfe UDP ning na tara kuntra manikol kame na kuntra mantafu. Me Momadou Kana jile chikala nga bulo muda nga fa content la boda black nkotoma mbebul. I'm just telling you the honest truth because na tala boda black killing. It doesn't matter. Yeah, understand? Ning ntolel be nyola mol bade la ntolel kanyo dingol futu ntolel be mafan killing la. Yeah, understand? So, but ala political ideology, I don't agree completely. I don't believe la fana ko momembo ko ate me alon ko be si ele you have no business in UDP la hajo kono. I will continue to say that. So, we had a conversation. Nko ngani nko nga bula anu UDP femfen ka diamu grupo nyi nga beta ranata wala mol men ka diamu in the diaspora jang ani Gambia mol diamu lal duron diaspora lan specifically but nga mol so na men be Gambia men ba group ko we all agree ko men ko mba berela. So I want you to understand that because last time wala keda modoli amira kontolam. And I'm saying this just for the record because I'm not in this mantra kabudu kono mantra mula keleke kaye man ni mo mantra in cohort kafo alinga make so ngakete no. I'm not coordinating with nobody. Membe kono I may be wrong but nka wolef. Membe kono. So left element understand wala nyin ko we have made there was a series of talk today ko ngani diamo nga bang. So menu tamida wol tamida. Nienda la prime na no jibe dol fo be ngi diamo le. Boy ite fo drama ko nanko yakilo bulande bidu kol soronda tombi no ngata dolo fo rosa ngalo nen dala jam. Astaghfirullah. But anyway, say Muslim ay ko tinyala ni ngo fana ka bi na Muslim ay tinyala. Yeah, understand? We had a very serious conversation. There was a series of conversation, and I'll tell you the truth. I never participated, and I have my reasons for that. But I listened, and because no man is an island. I can be here talking. At the end of the day, nka diamu patio tola. So wala mol member patio kono their opinion matters. Ni men be killing, party killing. Ni agrita, ni be agrila kudola, ni ta agrila kudola. Ni talib ni atondi flag bearer diamu ko me o be bitala bana. Oda isul bina menalon kon tetara kukilin dol bije sante ni mantra kukilin ni mina tara kukilin just like kudol menu tambida like sabali issue and all those things. So left up for the record mbagin kala na time lanoro wala nyidi ko we have spoken about this mu alpha jamal la diam day ko nga bang fereng diamo nyi ngay bang ya understand. So promol sa lo wanyama bar ni UDP dingol soto tamen ya lonko they are part of that conversation imabula na len tol jembe respond na dugare saying al kana sulo seleto da maji jito da maji be ala seleto fana jibe because dolbi je ni tol be la keyboard ko ma ibinaje be fankala fak check laldi ibinaje be mul e ba fole ko itebe karle bayndika be nyo bayndola narno ko be bayndiro la fine but nga fole ko say bari na party amange executive member gambe de of course mol bo to fana member kafo nyin ko but mbe kambenta ndo fon la diaspora jang nko nganyim biamo na bulale we going to open a new page we move on. And I am sincere, Conte, I'm done. So I urge all my fellow party supporters to adhere to the principles of the party and the democratic the democratic document. The party constitution. Among relevant. Flag bearer tombo wato. If everybody is going to adhere to that, but UDP is, and I'm not going to lie to you for that about this. Wala ñin ko UDP ko te ni UDP ko ya continue kage den mbajala ko ibe parere na dronga division onade but left alto final you understand alkanaje drongo ngal nge respond ale diam because Yunus la diamu do ñing ay menke literally mbola foko no ngala life wala na yan kuntu diamo membe keren groupe ko no he was there ya address personally mol me yalam fo ya mal ika malala le ya horoma ya bunya ya kumandi bay nemi kay dukare ñe dani akobula akata bulala. Because I'm for a dollar, but I thought I will call a timeline. So I just want you all to know, we have spoken about this, and there was a series of talks about it. They have moved on. I have moved on from this topic. UDP non-UDP because you go from a beta to another. UDP ko lafo and non-UDP ko lafo wala kadi. So bari ninga tar non control bebe kamena in exposing our enemies. Ntol UDP ko nyanta nyen diamo bulala. Ninto lambaro. You are becoming too much because mine block la fa ni UDP ko leñing atondi ni UDP ko leñing ko ñing ya bula we are very easily going to expose the enemies many along ko wolle be orchestration okay kam because ndefa bi nga fenne koros which is very alarming nga do jame ya lon ko akanyin kumo fanda to fola jante relevance dilal akanyin kumo kacha aya fola timeline for some reason radio station o ya kuma mari kumandi eno ngaja be for radio station do bang fa be mu online platform lo de be diamu kanje just kanyum message kilomita ka amplify wandi party ko wo jarete te topic la fay kata dulal to you are going around sowing seeds of discord everywhere amanya na jarela wala nite so ndol men ya lonko ndol mu party dingol laldi at this point nyanda jelala ko nimbe fom foka me alon ko jawol ba foka we need to reflect because woli aitan in tolla ko kabira atuma malla fin tolla so ni ndolla afta ka jawol expose this is our opportunity ya understand party nying men kuma ya wala nyindi ko ya itandi ko the flag bearer thing is still going to be open mosa apply no la man ko ya shut down as apply no so as long as it remains open and like I said 11 months before election where is not a short period carte fayo from Gambia do ata la fam Gambia one of the problems that we have is like ning carte one of the potential problems me alan kon se wala la non fanka wala nyiko ning ko problem political te banna wato political to candidate with the next 1 year before election maybe carbon next year abe dulal we can already anticipate that but ning ka that kabrim bi ibajala ko put APRC UDP NPP all aside na social coexistence mo mbati nyala ama mol febo Gambia do concentration on na do kulali wala ni I mean, this conversation cannot even be healthy for Yankuba or Talib or Rohi or any other elected official mentor Kafoje because it's a distraction. Can't we also see it from that point of view? But like I said, nothing of them for them. In as much as I am willing to let go, come UDP, I want you to understand, my response to those people, because mostly I let 1 or 2 slide. But we cannot let UDP, men ke from command UDP la, until ni be katra platform kilo, iko alinga nyin topic bula. Anu nyin nak men kana ko la wala men nyindi ko men ka ifanke ko they are neutral in everything wol ka ko nyum ko len because nin you start you don't say anything ntel na nga fo iko bentol stop la say ajibe dro you are not being fair so what I'm trying to say here in essence wala nyindi ko nte I'm willing to let go ntani mo because amanjere nte diamala modo to ala ntani moment ra in cohort ngan dahale adiamo nyi nga bulale ya understand especially narun ko ni non UDP members or wala bafala they think it's healthy let them continue it. But I want you to know ko mfanal be agree tale UDP fana fon agree tale ndamawlu ko nyim conversation nga diamo nga bula. Let me be very clear with that. Bila keta adiamo keta na UDP ko ndamawlu ko nga diamo nyi nga bula nga diamo nyi nga bang so al be sa lo wonyama. Bari mo be tata ro grupo nyi mo be mantra grupo nyi kono. But al sa lo kon tel damawol diamo dal internally ko nyin diamo nyi nga bula and I'm willing to go by that. Mba diamo mudalale mba moylale and I'm going to respect that. Ko nyindiamo I am not going to do it publicly ning window nyintata sita ya understand and now it is time of course mo me sa fono la ntela candidate of menden sita no le nga fintina nga na candidate of ni wa wato sita but as far as that time o mansi ngam fale ja nyi manke ntela decision ot ndebe men foka wolen ko ya marol din ko mbe ya maro nyi mbata and I am because atele katara na Facebook or atele some of you may write, some may not write, some will call or text, some may not even do it. But in essence, I'm telling you, we have made a conversation. Bang. B. We have nyimanke followed. But bita ni wole gena jamfata, wole mojama participate wolo. And I'm just here to tell you, I am willing to move on. I'm done with it. Nga bulale nta fola na timeline oro. But UDP nkolu fanal. Many yalon ko nibe kukilene. Ning amon stop finger pointing you must stop. Mbafala nyoite be janale. Adiamo kabula mfana I cannot assure you mba stop if that continues because abo koleala ni molbe 2000 wala they are two ebe mol 2000 ini molbe kukiling o be yamaro soso ka yamaro me yadite ni tol bella amam betia and it all boils down to what we have been saying wala nyidiko amam betia pour ngani conversation also because menkeda ni can you imagine some of these comme model quand même memina kela ning like say like bibi lala ni ñu conversation no tara fa continuer dafa ni hani talib je platform modo e dabo je platform modo haki lol be jamfalale hani fending keda rek mol ben talon video tare ba fa ajibete ni jibete people will read too much into it ifral mo mol dal si sobo nati nole unintentionally ataratul be menke kandro wala you just want a candidate and which is very fine ni de mole jibe do ya kanu jumala ba fole ko kana kare kan nobody can choose that for you. Aske no fa ima mari kanu isa wala it's just like come alale yake wonyama because kanu be alale bul alale atina ye kare la ko diate alale atina ko ye kare kanule so you can stick with it there's nothing wrong with that but what I want you all to know here on Facebook wala nyindigo until we are done yendiamo ya fole ko ngabula ko ngabang and I'm done with it but nonetheless UDP ko damawle na koteke the other side me yalonko I don't want to say they receive less condemnation but it can feel because we are expressing our right. So if you exercise your right, modo fana bala right exercise la nole. So at the end muna kanake wala kay nyo sabo benati abuka bang. But na kita ko atuta mamodu kana jina la molela fenke atondi alayu mamar njay nyol we can se nyaka sino wala. ha ni wole telephone del ngal ne mune wol ngan yoti but ni wol ba fulam fon la mol ba fula I'm not going to ignore it and I'm not even saying ko Momod Ali Njai la for is not a red flag for me that's a red flag but because of a konga diamo bula I'll atebang mbe pass di la dala but atebang kente la moti yeah NPP will be desperate la moto wol bulu wol ma mo bill pour ka kenya don koti ya bagar start le ka privé ay banta ma imama ko innova dara padiye mo dara bulo ma padiye mo duri jawna rek duri jawna ka jwal reply re kandi wandi kudo jabake is understandable wara du kanike yaka simbola yalo nga entertain jana bari nyaka samba block la lay non te kudo bi je umang is not funny because mengera you know in la NPP lem itebe NPP la this boy is clearly NPP so itebe tarno la nyadi you are pestering me about dola fenge call you know that's clearly you know umang correct ya understand so alin kana so wala kudol bi je you know politiko ka tinanole you know mo jamal ka mol ka kuma jamal fo ni ko ba fala do la right moment drong because ila right moment as long as ida mandra kejirin ten you can say anything I can say anything I can write here I can write on my Facebook I can post I can make a video I can come live nga se WhatsApp forum do nga sa wa se adula beto na fale bala so ali nga bula nga diamo nying ali nga bang fereng and I'm not talking mandra diamo kam fellow UDP diamo la dama nga diamo atol audience ol dama fanal le pralsa understand because dol bi je ni en tol la response le kana respond du di jawna wara nyaadu ndade la mbodu nga de reference du di jawna na boñol so alsa lonko we had a conversation today a sincere one adutale but in the end ke balle fintina na diamuda iko al nga nyin diamo na bula so walatina nko I have to come here and make this clear ko we have been told to stop this conversation comme dabo ya fa nyame ko jawol lel be mol believe ndi kanyin ko because dabo dafla moy ko mota contest no UDP executive ta fono la ko dabo la application of the mais all the males is acceptable and UDP is not a small party when you have 11 months to go it's not late so when ni koko alangam but for 11 months what is muna nyo saboti ko daga like nyo sabo fonle genuinely nyo sabole 11 months before you can choose your candidate no sit and say mo tamini no la men keta jedro iten intamang influence de je ka motombo ya understand so let's wait for the right time but nyilman nata teng ining agenda le nata like I said ining agenda le nata and wo agenda ni nali on the red jawo niya on the red ake monel binta mo dol tof la jam men yalla ko mol ka fa mo wicket rim balel muti be dunia ko no ni iben dunia kila bal nie wursi keso murol nie tulo bu ngi bun kidola because menegala ibuka jutu jawola adu ma fa ko betera but I'm trying to tell you ko alin kana jutu jawola on jawola ferola pour que mol undermine let's allow things to play out naturally 11 months to go nasida we can get into this. That's when Narun ko mode Allah for executive frali Allah kuma kamala. Maybe we also need to show some restraint. Barni njembe wuru la jang kabirin saying mbe visa na mbe mol command la names la. If the time comes, if we call them, maybe they are not going to listen to us because ibaja la ko atolel bija itele nyim foteng itele nyim keteng ya understand for the longest period of time. Meta ndi amo meta la sayda merindalde malam fo yo koro ak ngokoro ji diamo nyinga merindalde. Anu ala memu mebe kono understand I na party alpha ayeke in a very awkward situation nyati na la modol bije just because of their silence ila silence kenso molia interpret yake ko imunafiko lelti so it's not about us alone nde ni moye mirambe dame mina Janneh nga diamu membento mbe damento nga fo ko munati na yen ak ntumi mena tonyata but modol bije they will not diamu they will not talk because imandalu nunka diamu andite nyinko tatine le diamu so ibe wolbe ibatina la molbe sobile la molbe kumol fayle kam let's go ninko nganyina anu we have to remember this niko we move forward niko men fana iko men keta konote ko mayta nyina lawla atabe abe dulalde because ni i kango jara nyawnya biringa nyosaba mboyta dola that's always the case for tola wonin setana mo damma wala ni molka sonka entirely atabe boyre molka ndoro but naman kewoti You will be right about certain things, the other party will be right about certain things. So let's leave this topic. Alanga bula nga topic we lay it to rest for the good of the party, for the good of UDP. Alanga bula je. I'm particularly disappointed because Dolia believe it is healthy, but at the end of the day, alhamdulillah, today we came to a conclusion ko nga diamo nga bang. So saying abalbul, you can be your judge. So nimme minana on my Facebook ena safero leje o ena video leje isa understand ko this is the pretext and you can dejeng nte jama ma comme nini sifa ketateng mo clear safero ka I don't respond to that. Repeat nte blatant violation ka wala nyini jama ka bula wala no wala kan samba no bari comme moy baradrong I cook maybe I understand ko maybe I miscalculate la mala outcome nyinga ma predict ka be kelatene or something. You can let that slide. Because if you want to counter every point and everything, abadula ninda mal betula nyola jangbe nyo counter na. At the end of the day, don't nyanta fok energy may use la. Yeah, exactly. Musa so I think we need to understand that. We need to understand that, and I think ning momo so da meyalon ka mari mampare ko ko nyinke la moyala. So I think the party need to do something. And this is one of the problems that UDP has. Go manke flag bearer diamond. Wala nyindiko. Sometimes na action olung kamba to bakele. If you kamba to bakele put evidence, clear evidence. But some distractions. Yeah, understand? Some distractions. Woman you should not tolerate that within a party. Party manya na kamalu kasila kamo kumanda tola kafa karibe mena bula. Amari esa ye optional to abul. I malota I CO afunga ya fombota nyimpatiyotol. Because ite tarno la patio kono pati alpha be diamu ko alinga nyim ko keteng ite kontakela ite na patio iko mol ka ke nyame ko way is not normal ite takelo nyama tumando bar kulombali alam ala la ko tunya bar kulombali ala manke komen ko imari e brain kendo la soto moldi dron bar ko ibe a jay kam mol kan ko ite se kulombali akenon and get away with it. And jama it is because you are taking advantage of the fact that modol ye horoma ye bunya bar tonya kuna be mol da kono me ala niya foye hanatar nun ko umari nyor man viewership sore man followers sore bar niya foye dron ni mum hada batu be malal because kumo ka dunne hada be ne consent sore yaklo be bala kuma do be ni moya foye ni modol diam tay ibe diamo men be la online ani sefre jawo modo be duma ni wo diamo tay abe men fole abe wisdom men fole bal nako ida siata nyaaw wala wisdom mo sododi ale londo men karafama ma karafema ale wisdom men karafama ma karafema ale o mari fere ni nyama me def fere ndo nyama. So we can let go. Alnga ko ni alnga bula. I cannot convince anybody to stop, but I want you, my viewers, and those of you who are here on Facebook to understand this. Being a conversation also dalale. Nga diamo kele nko alnga bang. Diamo keta nko alnga bang. That was the conversation. Kanyin ko nyinka bula. Karibe kari la kample tumiro amambete ay ko nga bula. And I think Usenu Dabo even said this long time ago. Ako nganda ka mo tumi nganda tumi rol binga kuta malel fongol jey non sa fanyi lungol ko nga kuta malel je ka fo ko mo endes accuse le control be Mohamed Sabal la dogol. Can you believe it? Nte me yalon ko lota jang Facebook nga Mohamed Sabal criticize nyame nte ni Mohamed Sabal kam ne Kachaa politiko do at personal level ikombe Sabal le bentol bulaka nyina. Can you imagine how outrageous that is? Sabali Nde Wandifa Sabali. Ikole control bulanyina. Ikole me patio divide kan. Sabali tatale ala hajola. Like for seriously atatale. Sabe ko kuto je nde bring atata ale mo le fankala kuma for because what monu nte fe ko amambeda na patio. That was when I focused on him. Ngama because I na patio le ma. Ngama because ngana TRRC me nga londi. I wole ma. Ndene sabal la ko fo beta na nyina mo ngawo commission ngame londi. Sabal kata respect la. I command name so that's when it all started. And I don't call you timing commission la implementation on you kobo commissioner recommendation or biri start ko implement towards him from personally. He started coming the timeline is off. He doesn't seem genuine. I may be wrong. But what I said more for none of it makes sense. Yeah, understand? And I'm not here to claim righteousness or whatsoever over whatever I said. I'm just here to let you know, wrong or right, we are done. We have talked internally about this matter. Nko ngabane. Sa ni member diamla. Ya diamuje. Non UDP members ngal ni ala to nyobul. non-UDP members, alnaja hanena in comment box or jal nale diam dal dankula. I don't have your time. Because nada rantela flag bearer kola. Comment do jaw na mbemfo. Wandi kuto wandi dudo ma dudu nyuale da karani mani kola. Ako wandi kuto jaba kewa is understandable, but wandi kuto kani kewa. So atol me ya lonko alna ralka be wandi kuto kani kela. I will let you guys slide. Atol mbatol tula jela. Ha. And I think it's also a lack of political education. To be very frank with you. To be very, very frank with you. Because nim process or shit that you want to make sure your voice and views are reflected. You can understand. But even if the year start, but Niajako is bringing division. And you want to use that party as a vehicle to come to power. Then you should let go. The right no lanyin ko bela de and some things I will confess now for you. Yes, but saying I realized I was wrong. Phone tele perfect and this is Facebook Mr. Saveroke and 10 years. Everything I'm for a better right. What a killer no. A better right no. It can never be. Nindole nyo sabam boite kanne. Nindole nyo sabam boitan kanne. And this will happen. Because no one you don't live in a perfect land. We are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. But munamina akela. And don't get me wrong here, I am very forgiving, but there is a red line. Everybody has a red line. But I'll give you a hint about some of my red lines. Yeah, nini mo be cooking, ni ba castigate like kanya. Because niya castigate, niya castigate be castigato. Ye kuma dol forma. Amanke komem banneto, but amina kola ya lambulle sama, nte kumenga nyale itela mol kan jibe wonyama because ye memfa be bantale. Itata moli ya eko Wandifa ten. So I'm telling you forgive we move on. But nganya be nganya no conscience thing allow no. Ni okay because me get you feel no forma. Many alonko I still forgive you deep in my heart. But the problem is mbe malula wo bentol ente mbaka nte o malo I cannot fight that mbe malula le pour moli en nije because you feel no forma no. Anu nyinga bitanga njel. Bira tara fa futa ko I kantol dol accuse and king affiliate nin sabalila. Je problem on ada jeldo because momo kanta follow yenda kumandi heta la janna dol kon nin sabale personal problem also de konte personal alo sabal mantalo ndebe school sabal be ministerial sabal yendolo minto ndebe school sabal be ministerial wendolo minto nama mbodula kiling malon kombo nene nyamaje sabal sinya kilim petle nyaaje jaharan wala ga nan nyintari birin tara loya dabo ya before ngadun dabo kan office ala atele botaje atele findita nsa fonte dunda dana kadal benda fenko doje. That's it. I never saw him before. So we have to admit we are not perfect here. You know, and kudol bijembe wrong lale, kudol bijembe right lale, and some topics we have sometimes our views will be outright stupid. Ibuko olo wat la fonita ta fona meta ya jibe. Na meta ya jibe. Ninta motada. Ndeka karam menna ni social media e olon. Mo ku love la le janabi. There's sometimes more timeline and I don't, you know, ngalo for drama ko nangol de lana but mbuka be screen so but ni that timeline o doldo you went back to 2016 17 18 na broda ne mo do la message o dolje you become disgusted ye wala palaso jibe bibe dame be même fokan anin say nga idi amokasia ni lafta wolon na kanata mo la timeline o te fon la timeline o ya jibe albe menu safe kan no albe menu fokan ya compare to bi membe kere sometimes some post if on better siri la bungono wala better la lara ke jele ye kakalati politics is funny so nimma anun koku men katinya wala extremism if you become extremist in anything akatinya la nde mbuka sonyina la and islam o kono men yalon ko skola sol men manke na favorite is because of extremism tamam believe extremism. Yes, maybe several guys should realize it can face. I understand. But extremism is something no be world. Malaf extremism. Because if you are extreme in anything, extremism like atina, ni hani ni so-called jihadi soul ning from call a beka start wall. Ye believe on la fight tambi kolen kelanda tambo. Bring futa doro, bring mo yung kumandi ning sabal name la no. Mark, yo nte kuma balonga ne defon ko. Ye defon jete fata bubama. Boa mo faldi yalo ete mutile mbalo dite Yunus adala la boss ita wasila de bar niwo bida sila dolla Yunus ko la inbox ko no ngato nya wulema faye ya wana sana wala pati kuma fala ko na kate dahala because this has to stop. Non UDP members Janneh ni sa join of I will love it. We have a sincere conversation. because yena dindi ngolo na ngomba ko la anyway war mana ko nga mem fo ngombe men sabala audio akinya na WhatsApp na ngombe men ko la mana mari ko budungo ni kay non ko woni vaka be ko la be buliji. So we don't want to go down the boy ndamandra link use kang tebe Facebook direct live le lambaro yalo wala these are the people who support NPP ndekat app yes nka fenko use len kana live bar ni oje ka wala wala layout ni nying abuga kile mbel direct live Facebook le ya understand 99% of my viewers understand this itama understand ya jara the type of people men ka NPP support badingol just take a moment and reflect ama understand me ite billahi wallahi tallahi karanal men ka foko harabadi mo men yalon ko ala ko bone men stupid amanya ka carte so sometimes it's true mo men ko man bede amanya ka carte fay banko ka billahi wallahi tallahi baro no man I mean bro muna caring boy this explains everything to you about NPP al NPP jibe on est safero ke ya understand ila billboard everything ka mo leji men yalon ko ibuka kunna fenyolon Mark is sabala audio kinya. Mark, is it safe for my Facebook live? Because my life if you remember UDP baran lang play jang, nada jang frank conversation with my UDP brothers and sisters. Wow, yo, nta play no jang because of but anyway, I don't think I will need to because sabala voice lam. And then you don't know he's unpredictable. You don't know where he's going. Then I mean kuma fala me along ko my life ka na audience la. Ya understand? So wole bije alanga what is discriminatory? Bro, you need to clarify. What is discriminatory in what I've said? We are here to learn. But NPP, NPP is the caliber of people. I was in Gambia during the election. Billahi wallahi talai. They sometimes need help from me. And of course, I have to give it to them. I realized they were NPP mano. Because you talk to these people about Banko Kanabata, they tell you they know Banko Kambe Batarin. They tell you Banko Kambe Tinarne ya understand Mark, Matonya Folede, Namol Jinina Morokono Gambia. Alamatula. I never want to say this, but yes, I did it. Namol Jinina Morokono. Gambia. Nkamfata, what more cool ben candering, Njusobora, Namodo Bulani, Nkai ko look, you know what, Nkai G, Nkai unless you want to pay, Nkai Nitella Motoka Jole. Because Jam Femasonaya. Out of anger, left the emos car buy motor. I can't among the Alacodola from IG. Nka kontela nyi moto manke free because I knew this I don't I will do. What mon come fatala because ni mo lebe nyoka ngamenu je ngamen la situation understand since before thing about Gambia. Fontenara Gambia, you know many years after. Almost like 7-8 years. One mpamata dol jela almost 10 years, 15 years. Ila situation no man falling. Yeah, understand? And you see those people, they try to justify Adama Barrow supporter. You cannot understand. Like, do you understand our competence? Very basic things. They tell you all they see is nothing is working. But they still go and vote. You understand? You saw man, dol bulani na modok. In fact, nin dol le na talota, ben na yung profile oro le. Ni tara na pictures ibe scroller rek ben NPP nka dol jela. Ngi tara loren desat. Ibe lift batungol. Ngi chiga. Nka mol jelorin di boko do. Yeah, understand? Tilo ko many alonko, you cannot just ignore them. But it will be, bankola bata, you try to explain to certain people. So wala na jusoka kamfala. In one instance, nga NPP ngol tika for ni natal. But in another instance, or maybe 2 times, nga dol bite na moto kono. Nga jine do nga file out and nga jijang. Do nga ko ni man paso jo tente samba. Nga ko ite nyin tisa to mendo ato lebe mo le banko bata dika. And like I said, I was with people many alonko. They inyabe bankola bata kanne. And he blol be inko at that moment. You cannot imagine it. I understand maybe in Kamfara, but you can also understand the bulol being inko ye. Ko nyim fong la afanya kata karne fay barola. I cannot believe it. Njuso bukano. So this is it. Mark. Ite famo bijang. Ngani na nyim kola. Please ne dan. Yalong ko nyim grupo kono. Inte buka diamu yete wolo. Nte mumpasumuti. You know that. I don't talk there. And I have my reasons. But at least molka memvo. Ni anara yamarola. Kol kandana. Bari nyindo alanara ke. Coincidental in dunta nyinti amo start. So bari anung this is not the first time. Yunus jamaji bi jengka telefon ko buka kasafero. Na safero ke nkaja anu ngala audio jengka lon ka fama diamo lale ngala audio la moy. nga la fenkol be la moy nga la audio be la moy la même fo in response to this matter nalonko he has no remorse. That I can tell you, he has no remorse whatsoever, because na remorse to no, he would not have gone out I mean safe kununga ya safe. So but at that case we will treat it as kafanya the special case for a while. But ita Mark Janneh mbete kala special case category de. Ita be kala ko normal UDP. So if we can agree on that, bro, I will love it. Nga unique special case ti na be diamla because I have I'm on song. I for group orol ko ate mantra ko nyingi will not let go a safala Facebook le ya ona kunu fanga bada safeka. So what we can do is ngate ke special case ti ko yenge special case ti nyame na junior school. Nzata ke no special case ti nga alfal bulan to deal with him ni wol kordala, then we can try and go after him now. But I cannot kenyindi dronko, sporadically night ranyola on Facebook. Mark, man nga try. Just stay here, kanata. Nga try ke invite. Mark Janneh, yes. I'm trying to invite you. Nga invitation was sendila Mark. LFM ko jiwe, side. Iko Yunus is UDP. Nda ma fa amanke UDP. Nko nga ke special case, imo mwede. Nko nga Yunus ke special case. Yeah, understand? Because among parekela and I think you have the audio. If you don't have it, I can forward it to you. It's a private audio. But it's a group of he's not willing to let go. Literally. So at a special case. At any model me ya lonko. Yeah, understand? Monkey UDP. Non UDP call. Boy, nga join ila life le lungo lunga kanya me bakalo. Nama work ikela apo closely. G. Your request send correct. That's how it's done. Ni na la famo ye labanda jim post mengala I want to talk to you about that. Ni man na jaba ko la mbule pour ngadiam. Ba ni na raje famo bijam. Mbabe jaba kessa woto le nyodol. So ebe apple close la you come back. Ni la faka join live ko wala. Ita bara nyomela you don't understand things. After in fact Mark Janneh ite famo NPP because look at this lambaro mem famo malon ko ndebe direct live Facebook le. NPP attitude. NPP attitude. Mark Janneh, I'm trying guest okay, drop that. Nina that's I'm bejelale. Okay, add. Okay, Mark, na invitation okay la sa ajibe. The request is coming to you. Yeah, in adala kodi.
Yeah, they do.
Boy, ite na rema assalamu alaikum kajele.
Ngoja no yale kungoja jana Wandifa kungoja batale ndoma mo naka jaran ko kungoja ndita
non
mo dindi
manja I want to let go billahi wallahi tala yalo ite ka kuja mal ko len mo barto mino ni tan denunga dolbe jim Facebook ni wolbe kugela dolbe jim Facebook oro no bar bi mo yala mu ne menke mine motivate fankana mo konte Mamad Sabal aku Mamad Sabal lekan dolki yala wadi wi dala mag ide yala nako Mamad Sabal ko kay mom boy na broda na mo la mudi de
no ide
mo be ko
tonya an kamil wata mo wa Mamad Sabal welcome la UDP data la kuto
ndara Mamad Sabal ko Mamad Sabal lebe nyin talib kelo be koma ya ona sane ndolbe nyin ke ka wole so bi do na ra candidate kuta do fana fonye akonde bole noma do kombe lamin sane nkay mbadi nda sane lamin sane bar nimbe tonya fule lamin sane na man dia wala min sane me ka fo ni ngala na dalo jenta suti
boy yalla mu ne kanta jampani ko ko ne look tek fonga ni ko jampani nyaade ko mute kono ndebe nyamento mo walo ndebe damento nobody knows ika benda accuse kan do ben konna do be ko le kala look no
bari nen ko tamida de ngalon ko mbayen diamu so nen ko ka tamida ita be rally la behind me adu mark let me just say you tell you this screenshot men yalon ka record sol mabo I'm coming to start in the count of 3 1 2 3 I will run for president 2024 on the UDP platform me application o sella e kamone fotek
wende da submit la
ha bari ndamala ko ndamone kala nak nanga kuma kilim foye I am not going to tell people ko I'll be rally behind me ndeta be kala surprise la and some people think I'm joking mon application on ba submit la
and ndebe support la nak fo amende support la ni me support el benyo
ba man ra congress kon so wala tina fa nga nyimpo jama bi jabu ka
ndebe support la na de position o di landela ndebe na ko do mon
no ibe batula ni nga submission okay ni nga submission okay bro mina publicly nkoko today I have formally submitted my application to run as a UDP candidate. Yeah, understand?
And no,
I have
submitted
submitted my application to the UDP National Executive. Yeah, for this position of flag bearer. Ningo post na Facebook. So then it may young endorse in more kotengolu alsinana.
Okay.
Yeah,
now, as long as you have for nyama, no den deba start us kabrin sa. Wandifa is the flag bearer.
No, yeah, niya okay niya okay. Ning comment post. And then it is in support, doing support. Maybe executive members so they can understand. Okay, look, maybe ninga got 3 phases of selection now. Wandifa maybe ni left out drop stage number 2. Nyanda assemble stage number 3 and then that way at Ibajala.
I support yeah, the funniest part. Wandifa, ni mole agent ka conversate nga live videos or people will start hating you. Don't you know that? The more many are
no,
you
understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the problem with them, Gambela problem with them, Tonya. Confusion is yes. Fear is just a nature in anything we do, including the UDP militants. Mojamal is silatale. Fear them because more big fear lako. Menkera nim baro tema. Wandifa is very painful. Wandifa. I cannot watch Barrow speaking. Ninga Barrow jiba bediamga Wandifa. It pains me a lot. It's too painful. So was fear nyimbe UDP militant tema. But dialogue is quite important. Dialogue is important. So to be honest, sometimes I become too much. But this is just a fun for me. I like it. I understand. It's very healthy. You know what? I'm a party mark. I'm a UDP executive mark. They will come up with a concrete solution. They will make sure that they come up with somebody or any other person, may along by Lola with a concrete agreement, UDP. You know what? This is what we have now. Now is better than number for 2026. Problem by not create UDP. That's going to be a mess. You understand? Let this debate continue. I enjoy Canada. I am really enjoying it.
No, I'm mina substance yeah mema yeah buakara ni fat kamara nyol me post
no
yala diam da mbed la moy kanum pour que so say la mo moy iba ni fanan diam ni ben sola ni man pare mbe bulala but I also want to say something about him for that.
Okay diam
okay left am fole wala ni ko helti da man feldi yala ngo fole ndal bi left ka helti
diam privately yes
but at the end of the day yala bi meeting o menketa agreement o men wala nga ko bang
ndama meeting kala muta ndebe do kudla ndama mo kala muta wallahi bi
wala no ko ñon tapale na keri you listen to everything yalo no membe be keri yalo no membe meeting o ke keri na need ya muda you ya jale ile sajala bi was also understand it mutile malol ti de
boy I'm telling you wallahi billahi tallahi ma be lama wallahi billahi tallahi nga fi audio drone la moy
because ndeba groupe ko no yeta ba groupe ko agreement o kitamente wala nyindi ko nga nyindi amo bula because ay nyo saba jamal nadi anen tumi rolu ya understand and mo jamal bi mol men nata nga mol mole diamuda ya understand they were very frank because ni ibadi ngoy ko ni daga sun kay ibadi ngola kat afwe ka mo commande tola ka konoto dia ka fay ko yenyi menke o man ben bari ala nga move on ya understand so wala fote ko maje in case if you want the audios are there bari mal lela na meto nyala pala ndem ka mo ketude mal lela ko me la mo ye la moyle bari ibali you also understand ko ibe tilimba yalla men foto ka moyle wala asiyatu yo hani Quran so la ka la moy bari di agreement wala nga men so ko ngani ko nga bang sa ba metia mak
billahi wala talla sana nga sana fa ma fala jula nga bat nga na audio la mo wallahi billahi tallahi mo kilina audio ngole la moy wala you know what kakala group to ko men so la live video nyin ko de bay no bina mo ni kala group jumala you see
no it's very simple it's UDP diaspora media diamulal wala it's very normal comme men ka fo de wala private ka bondi wala
no
I'm not a secret group this is a political party come on what are you saying
it is the concept it what about any mo men be kadi amen jankono ni number 1 biji mo mamra mo tambide dela so anyway okay Until I post, to be honest, it has nothing to do with that group or men discuss the group. To be honest, group on maybe malamoy. But you know what?
Okay, what ask you imagine say maru. Yala wala na this is interesting. or that mean fana boyte de kanne nge jabi ko nganyum bula because maybe ima long ya understand nge respond
okay
but say bari ya lo na say what we are going to do is you have to revise
no oriente
men
ndebe posi njindi la
ya lo wala tina if we can ninka kacha menyo moylele very simple
no whatever yala ndebe ndemu democrat
ñanta la groupe ko no lela moyro ke ñanta la groupe ko no lela moylo
ndemu democrat la ndemu party leader so ndenya democrat la whatever. Let me tell you this. Wallahi billahi tallahi. My intent was come, to be honest. The viewers will say, that was never my intent. But the problem is, whenever, memma nyinya kunu biata nyinya no nante nyako. Nte mbari sinoji. Whenever, ngala native platform ngain platform. Anyway, nyi bela platform mo kan so nte jamfa la sifat. So
no, ebe ben fola for drone. Bari ngo fo len ko nte am open ya on sa ni la fa bi fem be kono. Nga be fo jangay bang bari jinti amo fota nyame ko mbe abula
wani bentende ko ngoli ya fille ko nga Abubakar kon nde Abubakar kon you know what nde Abubakar dia nde Abubakar la badu tende
ala bom fe nyono mala yalo mbiriya pin point da fat kamara da dina mo on da because men geda Abubakar ni fatu dia tale ana manke na nga to nyafo e UDP kono fatu terol membi ja manke Abubakar da mati de billahi wallahi tara fo executive nga fa
mo ndela musol
tek na du jahanaba
ndena mfar kamar mandia far kama mundela muso ndebe kuro kila kia na dia ta ko yada ndeba anyirina
ngole fo so ila ni dara dina la drone ya understand ni dara dina
no
ndena ifindi dale
ndela muso mari nyaw ndena de dina kela because you know what look whenever kuja mara tambita and that was very painful whenever
no mark nka men fo yalo yenyo far kamar ko na bi membe ko no mba fo lele afonye diamu be diamu lele
no ntenga abula fam ntenga abula because
let me also tell you something ya understand mafoko Fatu was 100% right or perfect ya understand ate ni understand ala media ni ngabaron kanyame literally she handed it over to the youth literally she was literally doing nothing sign for the first time our program ota kanje ni left the film publish on Fatu network ikaki email o meta skena defa buko ja be youth so lelbul ya understand graduate so just literally men graduate science
he's very hateful and is a very tribalist bigot you understand ngama nene ngakumodo from for en wonderful wala ticket song for I contributed carbon and Gambia Kanaja I'm gonna tell you mana da wala nga lojle administrative network okon you understand who is a tribalist bigot so look
another mistake let me help you when you talk about those people by freestyle okay nkejel sa wo mol me yalon ko be no struggle na to nya fo wo manke ate I understand ko comme example bira Fatu network diaspora mol bi je mena ko mo admin so just because of ala media nying a sound activity tara bake bank Gambia abe ko lala ko malaf ko modol to fi bar nga mol lo na mena ko during the struggle they were independent they were you can't run fundraising call will be admin some of those people you can only predict ko ate bondila yeah understand so what like will be je comme na yete kenu admin because of ko ni sound jana Gambia e bonda mo lal ke bondi maybe yeah understand so not some of them are there but let me just tell you one reason it doesn't make any sense Gambia banko ka ngato nya fonyo jumala ka media operate me ya lonko mol be ka accused of such a discrimination abe jela mol be ya long ya understand loya dabo ko nyako alin kana boycott because mo ngara Gambia la ma nde fat camera ana tornun ko mo gena wo start at wolam at Gambia on the fight lano yalo ngani fono UDP ko long time ago these media platforms none of them are for our friends they are just there to report and the name febo ita billa wala journalist wakati nyaro kenyame ma nde I was a victim of certain kind of discrimination yalo ko comme yalo mo Gambia ko wasambala Europe a beti nyata yalo wondi ko kaddi journalist olenta ma ko ay mbondi bo nde I will forever remain grateful for journalists for that ibuka lon foni bulate benefit kono man fa understand so comme Gambia on nyanda wala understand number one it is not a good idea ka Gambia on muraka boycott ka bitire anu be pare kana journalist ninda na media ela bibi la ngunda tan ko manga UDP dit flag inyanda alo no UDP nyanda alo no ko journalist o nyem memfo journalist o be ko security amanter so billahi ni kibaro fintire la side na aba dante la na dante ata diale but if your expectation is ko amari men yata men yata dialete tuloe o anyanda bias itandile o maybe pembe me kuyalete even kila friendly ni Gambia on media men bebe Gambia alinge be support equally nde that's my approach. And manke comment has nothing to do with muneketa Fatu network manke Fatu network Gambia medium ya understand as a matter of principle me alon ka Gambian employee I set a very high standard pour ko ta ka foko ka punish.
The job opportunity, I'm fine with that. Any media house is dango de Gambia only employ le do ko nyinga. I'm fine with that. But the medias, the media in the Gambia, these are two different things. Well, kila ethics, ika control back.
Ni ko ala editorial policy, and maybe coming nin ko keda, ya understand ala response story. Ya understand. Well, you can hold her responsible for that. But coming now, can interfere directly with everything. Aba kolala. Ya understand. So boycott. You understand? Alaji Mohammed letter. Muna Mohammed from Osale. Abe jail. Mohammed did.
No, Atije. But you know what? Certain things happened. Whenever, as Hannah treated me as a media operator, it'll tell me the media. You are the owner. You are the proprietor. Mona na kuke media in the Mealongo is very harmful. Let me tell you, but is that thing Yemolo apologize publicly? One if I remember they are very indecent statement for Odlato, media house olementi. And after Mola Bankola Alifalem. Ila media the same media you use, you apologize. But whenever it's whenever caring, it's cost to lose. Kela ego in drop, you apologize. That's very simple. Atemake, he's completely innocent. But Atelemu proprietary, simple. I media in direct, I apologize, we move on. I have no single hit against that.
Yellow marker, everything context, not anything without context. About different level, about difficult level.
Okay.
Birakeda. Some people were not calling for attribute directly. I'm not saying because he handle it perfectly. Listen to me. But comment Dolby the media ning personality ning imole distinction o emanson kawaleta fereng. Italian me comment ka kamana. What I'm kuyamal kata kira kata siri America abuka bakala. I understand.
I know.
So it about blame no as a person and I more lelta eta do kola imar wali ngol be tata non jele. Yeah, understand. Alaji Mohammed me yalong Baba Jana tinan je. Yeah, understand. Alaji Mohammed could have taken a decision kafoko. Baba Jaya you kuma jawol men from usero ma Finland na program. Alaji Mohammed could have taken that decision.
He can do that. Fine. But now Makisila, the same proprietor can call our employees and he negotiate. And I'm so going baby been a term and condition on the mail. He baby agreed to apologize publicly. But there's nothing wrong with that. Don't deny that. But Womanke, from the initial stage, this is my problem. And
so
until us,
Niko boycott Fatu network. Yalo wala nyidiko como mo kane jibe kodi. Okay, fine, that's fine. So sa ni mo kane jibe, you know how it's going to be effective la nyame. Wala nyidiko bali access la because access is very important pour ka gesol dile ni men ka betara interview kal. Mamadou Sabali. Abe UDP wato mena executive member atara Fatu network nga interview jibe wonde gambe kibaro ka interest ya wala nde data nga interview jibe abe baro ma kanje na UDP ko ndara YouTube jamba jibe ke tole fon be comment ni like ke kanje they liked it ya understand so wala nan ko there is nobody out there who is perfect
I know
there is nobody out there but la ko wala ni ko ndel Gambia no we are vulnerable to this extent that ndesi will know than a being ko bila company register Gambia media company da ngodo mbafle no ko mantra moya ni ka diam duma I can go I take advantage of you because most of you are vulnerable ngal fanka
absolutely
ngal fanka le como UDP da mantra UDP men na fale no I just want to survive
over caring Gambia ko
so now it barita mol me metalon wala be ta accuse na kudo bar ngi ilonne ngente ni ko men Kachaa I know they are taking advantage of us. But this is what many people fail to understand. Yeah, understand?
That's true.
So
that's
we
true.
Have reasoning. They are doing things about discrimination or diversity from near diversity question. Even a layman can question their diversity. Na party leader can boycott. What about neighbor boycott la?
Why?
I'm not saying it has nothing to do with Fatu Kamara. I don't even care about her when it comes to this matter. but it is about Gambia on me yalonka mansia ndola initiative na creativity mansia. So more and a business will start. And if anything, to be honest with you, let me remind you of a day when she start on the Femkoto at only Dumina Yajameta Kumboda, as just because I Kumboda, Mojamala Kumboda. You need to yellow now queer and in the other. These are some of the things that you need to remind yourself.
Nda sita na platform kana Kumboda. Birim baro winda nda sita na Kumboda.
I used to call her radio.
Yeah. Nda sita na Kumboda.
All the call cake and they were crying. Man, for you understand. So if things go, Kujamala Jelgata Donya bring Vino Kera. We were not even anticipating success from when you make a success man sort of Mayi Lanwoma, Jamaman Billy from Komba Bandila. We were just fighting. So if
that's true.
Out this way, and I also want to remind people, Mark Ndea, Nakilimandia, but could all be Mukanyana. And then another Amad Fatukamara Facebook. It's a public video. Ako, Amad Baya Kumandile, Kafa Komengo, because I follow, she has interest in media outlet Low Gambia. And that's exactly what she did. Ako Amad Baka Yala Amadu na grandpa, they can blatant bagel coming pour support directly. We cannot do that. What we can do for you is we can work with you, but it doesn't have to be commented directly NPP directly coalition member or coalition.
And that's exactly
we cannot do that.
What is happening in the Gambia.
And I can tell you, and let me just tell you this. Fadu set a precedent for the journalists who may along for Ninkarte for Sida, Akalo Wakafon candidate and endorse la for Ninkarte for Akawaleke.
Yeah.
So I know a lot
of I respect her for that one. I respect her decision for that. You know what? Niaje B. Niaje B. Yeah, but Yalam Farfana is very smart. But Fatih Okidalino Menkama, it goes with something. Fatih Kamara is very smart. Nimenkwe Kaman smart. Yabuli Alafole. Niaje Fatih Kamara involved no Barola administration on your corner. Many of them like from initial stage, and this multi many of them powerhouse. Well, he power sort of back at government economy. So, but let's forget about that one now. New opportunity did an Faro Kamalabi about empower, about government about empower over 1,000%. Yeah. Sabal wato men na molu na tante nga molu na ni mol ka diamu ya onasane ko nyeko Mamadou Sabal Gambia wala ya karandi Gambia la kodo ya onasana Gambia dingola ma de fonin kele ma we cannot let him waste like this baro be je ko nyeko mba make sure ko baro ya ta do ko atara je baro ma ko ngamanke baro ta ma access to ya onasan and he came to UDP so ni Mamadou fana yo palaso so no he would have gone ma ku jamal la keta bari ni change like I said a lot of things happen mom anticipate ya onasan but I don't even care about who thinks what but Gambia owner before I boycott that, try to destroy. Let's support that. It's pan-African old. It's nationalist old. It's pan-African old. It's nationalist old.
I set a very high standard for that.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you with that. To be honest, Gambian owns. Alingada. But if Gambian own fanaje, little idea ika as an advantage. It can use for their personal gain. You be Gambia tinyaka, you Gambia media household tinyaka.
Also has to do with not expectation or mention. Wala nko ni be media outlet or ni be follow le be support la kana ke komen ko ete ni be mu bu killing alti because me gara ni lu na city ma ba sabela ba report la ba dantela aba ku yale adu muname na kele ba la journalist ya fo ba tinyala because ni ala kuma do folema ata kuma do fola ata fono la. I don't care what a journalist report. I don't really care as long as that's the information they make. Yeah, understand. If it has to do with me, I will make sure I write a statement or I come out to do some clarification. But in that phone journalist mbatra lang be friend ibajala as a result we be na party follow. And this is not. Let's forget about Fatu for now. Ning UDP expectation also the media outlet Jamal Bina Kuyala because they are not there for us. And you have to understand the threat and the pressure from the government. The same opportunity, so I will do the same. Let me tell you this guy. Let me just respond to this guy. Ndebe Gambia young command kwanda Baromit State House. Sundutu the call. I don't want to see him. One if I think single State House, Mendi and you will be fintaji that day. Wallahi billah, wallahi. Mbe media la mol bala wakana, sundula mol bala wakana. Mbe Gambia kono. On to whom I stand. I swear to my look.
Diamond man siar, diamond man diar. I was muda moja man la dalinti, you know.
Nyanka for Mbaro ngayin jabe ko so-called Gambian on who are out there to destroy your party. Are you for it? Okay, let me just tell you something. Fadu is not my personal friend. Nganyol on social media, but I can tell you, ikamodol kumani baramala be UDP, wala personal friend. So how about that? The inconsistency and the misinformation has to stop. We have to tell each other the truth. Ikamo jamale la kumo mela ko ni wulta jeka bulo ko sika tet cardiam dal bengande. Wol kata wol ni fadu mu tet personal friend.
Whatever now, umutonya balete. Wajama osiata le Wandifa.
Understand, enough is enough, man. Come on, we need to do better than this. Anu until UDP paranga because we are talking about media, let's build up on this. We need to understand and let's say we use our platform for the good purpose.
Media kan Wandifa.
Exactly.
UDP cannot rely on media kan. Let's mind reflecting back to before 2021 election. Media household Janneh ko UDP party na fiko siabata. No si palja. I went out to challenge them. But B, they are there to support UDP. UDP Masakunda Tombone Asindi. Look, UDP Nyanta believe lalako. We are a political party and we are there for each and every Gambians. Yaloni Gambianology, there's no media house me along with Jikilako Wolebe Mansasindla Bangkoka. This is the belief that they need to have in mind.
And some of the radical changes is one of them is we need a strategic approach to this media issue. Because remember, Gambia media Gambia. Baro Adam Baro na lañu SEO kunum fa mba fo kana programme ñi jama bi je ka kodo di kany advertisement di company jamala amanke tonya di buka ni fong is a way of corrupting them. Ya understand comme ele fa media outlet fa febo kele comme mbem fo ka last time ya dam fa la media mu nete wolon ya to fa wolon ika advertisement ka aw block na kam ne ñi je moma media mello mo buka
kodo
exactly
media house on based in Sweden ja kodo Mamadou Ja Oil Company. Ja Oil Company. I'll media house with you, medical advertisement. Okay. They never talk about him anymore. I don't borrow hand pickle or hand pickle. I $50 million a deal. Or $50 million a ferry no banjun bara. But they will never talk about him.
Gambia Kasarala number one parastatal. Parastatal dolby niaje ibukama. Elasi ol bukama. Niaje bukama. Ijamabiji. Ibulo diara hinala. Because menu da melunda bas. You can make sure they target them and get them on spot on. They know how to play their cards because
it media house in the Gambia kono bila be kuma.
Let me tell you something. Come baroka yin nyama di political menge ka million di mola de ka. Nde ba nyama sasa ne era million dina. Do ndanga la menen tonya ne million dina be sila jam ko. Tonya baro de million dina nga cameraman. Bar ni million dina sen nak bar nde dum mo UDP la dum tonya de ala nde ngamira ko UDP le ba gamé sama. I swear to God mentally na. Bar ni ko do fa di ne million dina to le ra fo yodina. Il faut de itla faut de la million. Ko sa Gambia bi la ko do mag yow dindela. Ngomur wa di mamur na menen.
nga media house le je corona time ko ne ko corona ko do me adi media house wollo de la media house ko man ko do di la because la employee man la fi wala lon ko do ni tar I'm telling you so nyin ko do ni na fulo a honest ka prun ka tilin na fulo Wandifa na fulo mo ku jaw balati
so but let's not deviate from one number media ko nyim fo wala nyiko nyinga mira ko media kari betar no lam fele what we and including some of the very new ones we need to be careful understand Inyanda understand ko ila direction government can influence no very easily by way of these so-called advertisements. We need to be very careful with that. Understand? We need people mena ko they will be neutral. Kana sondron comment even last election I said this, especially the IEC also. Ngal ne ko call bi jere mena very questionable come like unnecessarily antagonizing the IEC and their officers more than more. Unnecessarily antagonizing the police, unnecessary police will come and come back. Well, now let me make that clear. But come unprovoked. And also the media, we should be very, very careful with these things. You understand? We should be very, very careful because if we have a legit case, we can use the media to put out this is what is going on. Because like I said, police one of our problems with the police is UDP la kundin kuba tiaga so molka. That should stop.
I know. Nga for this is la comment that la kodo honesty is not easy like that day, you know.
For them,
He's a fine guy.
fine, I could deny Jibe.
He's a really fine guy.
Guys, Brigamo Sukula la Kula and Kemodo Modema Muso dina Bilita life and said the Silicon.
Well, he's so brilliant. Whenever he's one of the brilliant guy, UDP Nitamen, you know. You have to work with his idea. He's very brilliant. I was in Kachaa, you know.
For the I'm not sure.
No, you will love him. You will really love him, you know. Naka Kachaa, I can't find you. And now,
so every time I'm not working for. I don't understand. Of all the Jaranga people that you respect, respect. I don't understand that.
No, Aboka, look, whatever. Look, I apologize, you know. They're nature and to be very provocative, you know. I love to provoke because ndeka mentano, you know. Emma Umar Bunjana didn't know no for Sita and so young and so near, but I'm comparing back again.
Bora GGTV is one media unit of he's beginning to like because of their neutral. Okay, I'll also look out for them. Those are the media platforms that we like because media if we play neutral with them, it goes both ways. Nimbe kukono is somebody no, but if not kukono like we get from bono. Iko korozile. Media also nipa all dunda kukono we get from bono.
What about so any man's akunda kata bonding yogon.
No, but they also need our support. Yeah, understand?
Yeah.
Very easily. Ning kuke de vanalla. Nse nyo bonding no. So ning amra nyo fe wanyama ngo understand ya. We mak ni en kelo jele. Ah, jama bije mo be ba ngole.
A be too.
Mo me alon ka jere ka entity law. Ah, me alon ka sensiete jaman sia.
Very few. Wonderful.
So ngana nyo nene no. Ning so called fengo. Nde am not. I stick with my principle. The Gamel bitre ko ni ndada time la do ngela news outlet the FM post BS more like I move. I scroll up.
And then it the color like a provoking, you know. I like provoke.
What about
to be honest, I have nothing against Abubakar. Wallahi. There's not even single hate. But y'all make a fun interview, whatever. Politics.
Yala model ka korosiro bang nka nya kita nyameng model taw na sana lampo mun tana baldi nde tano nabung ya ni lampo mo yang ko da mala ni bari
lampo mo tano de mo kurumba lampo mo tano de mo kurumba anyway nde tonya wallahi billahi tallahi I don't have anything against Abubakar wallahi you understand. But come on, counter attack akadianya bakela, you know. The problem is
Abubakar ngena nyum ko la alfa la madi ya ona sane nyum ko tambe nyum ko tambe sai be nyina law sai na aha mbar gane menyina sai ko yalo ko nganyum ko ba ko ya mwele
evenda pana jelo pana ben no pana ben peño la, you know. Ako provoke is my second name, you know. So to be honest, whenever look, I will never be part of like
men happen to be
tonya men foja wallahi ma odil vela ngala men te kala, you know, but ndeka mula mind recall, you know, yalon defongo wati dobina abina mvalale alwekala mvalale because mina massive mampare follow menyo valale so you vata pala, you know.
Sai Abubakar fana me mba ko la ngai dala ko wala nga message nga fa ko post me nga sa fe among group chat nga mo la follow ya ona sane drama ko nango ko mo kurul of course mo kurul
yo screenshot journal ya Kenya na, you know, yo screenshot nyela yo screenshot tara
move
ndam no men sa vete screenshot la le yemene ya ka screenshot le akia so obuga bai hani Abubakar defensa be ndefana la fansol be yemene ga screenshot ka Kenya na so ni ndefana defensa ba ndefana fansol ko kele so amanke wallahi amanke ko
mo be bonila wol be bolale
amanke yala mo be je whatever alen kana song enmity ka nganyoke enmity nganyo hate because of this one ni UDP ekumala fo jambi is very sensitive, you know. Ni UDP na moto mosila ndol mali kele da fo nganyo konkonante adu mali UDP na mo kilin tambo be kala nyaadi la sila
malo ida nga song nga tra maluri nyoe o dole nyora itela ajol
that's it so nde wallahi mo hani mo de ngara na kewa do fo video wol bi da ko overcome val but ala fo calm down, you know.
yala me munekala
Yeah. Yeah.
sa mbe mengela me nyo ma ko lal because ndefna project ko lal be mu nega cross nun ka informative video bondi
Mhm.
ya understand okay
Right.
wo fo ya ni do diam sifal kono ni do area sifal ka understand ko some of these journalists they are not worth their salt name
Mhm.
me any journalist na ma Mustafa Dabo mbola bondi laje because allow do flex wo ka fact check ne ka atata do ya Dabo fact check wala do ya fact check do ya Dabo kewa wa pinda ko Gambia deb mu 110 billion na ka ka wala counter adama fi go log so Gambia government pinda kunun ko wala statement of bondi lo Dabo me fa chak wala so if need to
Nda barate mo yard stick leta ko fact check nyingi, you know?
yeah
Ate
I need volunteers many be makola sometimes come example like audit report do be the national assembly members so le diam kan ni ni ka fe wala there are certain audit reports many along ko they are public yeah understand because ni diam da social media ka fe allegation all
yeah.
but there are documents many ko they are public model formal ko they are public yeah understand ye mol ma ko ito we have access to them we are not lazy people if you bring it to us we analyze everything summarize it and bakala video o ngake post to Facebook dunia bear it that's the best weapon you get on iba kelala abe banka kullo do be yom bankel there are so many things when ko wollel keta ya understand Gambia $1 million project ko kete jela mini yalon ko tata soil sample lel damma ci kadulal ya understand comme ka banko ka Gambia ton ko nano be kata ka
yala wande bete po benyo sometimes you are very biased. Ikasi information o kane bari boko pare kafo. Andi kalon
huh?
you are very biased sometimes. Ika information o de kalon but you don't want to talk about it. Ika go ha amata benyundula karene amambo to follow me wala batla. Ukuka to dairy wala nyama. Nene kuja mala
ya
kataja.
wallahi na nga fo na kudol bi na modol bula e ka fanya ko mbaka ni mo diam da very senior person in the government da hana hint la fo be akonya ko okay yalla ko men nim corruption on nada corruption on na kita comme audit report finita so management response kataraje ya ona sana wala ni di to fa ka justify ko do men filta jam a filta nyadi akonya ko ma ko la jil because defense ni nyada tarawol ya ona sana for example Gambia Ports Authority law ticketing system on almost $1 billion Gambian dollars. Akasara je monani mo lulus, including some of the slave queens. Men katara online be pare. Wala be kasar. More than almost $1 billion. Ayamanda. Yeah, those are not minor stories anyway. Gambia is a poor country. Or 5.
Yeah, definitely.
So definitely. Those are.
Ndaba yala munagada. Vi mana wa for the chise jambe jelala. Amola information. Umunda bonga kema. Kande mbala. You are very bad.
Akan dulu bare abukan tata because dolbi yala welcome nega. Ibukan ka fo yemen fo na mo mama ga to nyare ka e ko le ko e kar ngaje le bal ande fo ba di ngol ngoyo
njana boy fon kono ende njana fon ko moda ino akonya ko bare yala membe en ko na ina
be ko mol nga baro la corruption on nga gambelo ni alon ko do men ka kasara gambia ko they will not like baro
wallahi billahi
taala ko le ya explain ko nyin kanto men jedem baro nyi men di yalla jak kanto dal ci ko do wili keme 100 million manam boko la ja million keme wala jarta bulo ko ya understand akasara ibuka itol ka fula nga deposit le ibuka bank slip na dol ko dol ba fula la sanji mume ite be brika mera kansule ko do men be dajale ye nyin ka buko le ka filter billahi wala jama bi je wala bi je dol bi je momen kala buko filter halaba so dol ka fula ko nsa sa dale ndama man na do ko la na ta ngatare na ofiso man fo sama le keda je ba dol ba fula ko ndela buko filter le buko ko men buko ka fil so dol bi je wala be sate kono le be na mo kalinkan for like do bi je 2 years no record so what can I
wallahi
ko le kana mo kanin ika do mo le kabule la jibo kon
yes yeah jilon ko latna di kam mo marande fende me alon ka at least I knowledge about administration but sirfo songo be bri kam el council sirfo fo malo munasi wala abe mo son ko la de kadi
para mo boy
no UDP latna ndronga sirfo so way yani woni fa ndebe baba excellent wallahi billahi taala
ndafana be baba
bari bilin Benit Boja nati nante civil support. Benit Boja ni na picho ki ba ko let's rally behind this guy. Ndara wala nyam yela fundraise jang yela kono chike adina. Se bandara bundnis.
ko era
Civil mafia bal. But I regret that one. Ndara la civil bona rafa ge mole ke kanam bakata ke party badi silanka bula UDP bola kanaka mola party leader fonda ka be little ngono that was the biggest thing sirfo songo become era council was the biggest mistake nga made in the life kono Wandifa so nte man taw si fakela ko tege nde I learned through
wala nanga ko comme wala some people we just have to forgive one another and move on because mangara jama bi before change kage ya understand some things we kudo we linkar janin kardo fanka fay ko anticipate and UDP let me tell I'm not saying we are not prepared but we will be very surprised with certain events when we can new winner because come we the we know in Kachaa presidency is such a blessing that you cannot like need to you just overwhelmed I understand baro ya let me remind you of something. Baro, Birad state as one of the first things I can't remember. Ako Birad dundaje. Ala interview do la mo le ko ka ko wala na ya jëm kato bola jang ko jëm. So dula nga anu guess what mon dol ma te samba num fan state house ut ma ka fa jarale vice president wala residence ma state house ma
I'm telling you a fail house like Baro. Where does state house I'm gonna well, Wandifa, this is very sad enough to be honest. But Tonya, wallahi Baba excellent la modi. Wandifa, do you know about some Baba excellent?
Baba excellent.
Baba excellent. Some Baba excellent korodi na jana ngamoto sa ngaki Gambia. Do you know that? A Mercedes-Benz red car. Wallahi billahi.
Yeah, let me tell you why I like Baba X.
Yeah, very honest, very decent.
Baba X na ambulani modola.
Yeah.
Ora school amal you know comme yalla ne ma fa bata semester la fumne baye mbula dala modola you know mira ga school ay sama lif la ko nyako ndo ko nga way galla nyama to mbija ka be jël ba falal ñu waro mo jël wala ko jël ba ya jabelo ko men rumo ñi you know ako ñako nga way galla nyama to ka ba ko ñako ñi banko ga ñi jang ni mo ñol li pay banko ka
no hero la Wandifa that boy will never
he has that mentality and man tra dame kudo you know he was such a real guy you know
yeah ndesa almane mani ka fakala you know nje fon wato ala Baba extone nte mo ndeka fa nyanjo you know
but okay and I think you know with regards to you topic ko because remember we agree ko be topic ko ba fa kan you know we all agree ni men that the other may have a camp A camp B but we are going the train has departed this station
no
how is that
nte counter attack reality you know wallahi nana man boy te ala nte comment wallahi billah tallahi nte kanale nte kambatule nte bande na konale to wande fam ka communication o menke you know ni nga fa ñeta mu criminal balati seriously aka fa ñene mu criminal oldi ngata sir ñane me conversation ol la wala me conversation ol dina ni dañ la do nga findi jana nga dunya wande fa mol kan nte fa la combat e kan nte fa la cool tay ka kinyena I was like no government politics is very nice you know I'm telling you wallahi billah tallahi you know so very funny man
Mbadu, was it because what picture men yase yala mom fenge mandala la bage buba Bob Ture Bob Kera of course no lone I'm na Babu Gara. Okay, the other one is Bobo Sananjay, right? Oh, no more on fa.
Bobo Sananjay.
Okay.
What's that one I didn't know?
No, but UDP. I'm not sure Facebook Live la diamo manja, but not the kebaro no kamurana UDP.
No. Pandane what's that one I didn't know the boy. It I know the men gonna work. Whatever. Look, you know, at a walk la. Near walk la the walk la. Mente walk la no.
Nyam fengo yala mole dunda jam nyanda bismillah la.
Jumala. Yes.
Ite me bagge molu mbembati ni Liverpool mo bi ni na ni Facebook jay be jambula
Jumala Liverpool mbabo
Loki hedala Manchester to no be multi Manchester but
ya
adaka nyindo la sera
ya
men zero down
bida wonde ya bida wonde bida wonde ko fala bida wonde aso
lambi wole Manchester ko mobe anina investment on nika Manchester wina ko wandi bay ko Manchester.
It's mal about provoke can be very serious.
Ada
Amanda.
nyo Manchester. Kaya Manchester udah translate trust. Ngari mo lundo na Kachaa nga penne bay.
Well, nga fonza dai ba
Kaya
du
ko
nonsense.
nga penne bay.
Ako
Nga Anthony la bang Anthony la kumol fay. Nga ne Anthony play jana mala nyada ko nyako ika jumal ko Anthony ngaya. Ko nyang
Adam
Ako nyo
fanatical.
ako you know la.
I'm
Mira ka na ba jana boy.
fanatical man.
Ah?
Arsenal fanatical man, you know.
Arsenal ko apela badari wala.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a story I'm over.
Ila keko ako ngela program in divertible, you
Before
know.
we move on, aning kawiya dole da lari kuna.
Yeah.
So biri da lari kuna ani ine molen dutanyola je. So woka ni wolbe kella. Atamira wol nyaaro adara si nyaaro. Abi batu.
Abi time.
Biro na akabo be pare.
Ago wani gorba wote buda bosi la goje. Very wise decision.
Yeah, kana ba jalo la boy.
I
Go
know, right?
ora ni bo sa la boy bo ni bo ma. Aka ba ko de bom peti ya ite. Ite ni mo ci ko bina pare. No,
Oh my
mola ka
God.
ko boss na jay UDP. Anda fana ngolo may because kala family be ma UDP you know. Ngolo la manke biti.
Well,
I think 2 weeks
Nando
ago.
keringo, nando keringo, na diningo. Na diningo la boole yara fa. Yara ndo keringo la we, no? Afana ko
Which
jande
United
de,
am
no?
my bola which United.
Mhm.
Boy, back out Sumare, what's the topic? The topic here is we decided we are going to let go of
Eh,
this Sulafin
bakauto.
versus Sulawulen Nambang, Tomboron versus Banano Lambang. We are done. You understand? Hey, Joe,
No, the
this Joe.
topic of
Become a mansa.
mole, no? Boy, matangal bula boy. Wa fa ngabari bula way because biu kay mbaradal domande. Bimbe sir nembe fi mi jibel da jay, no? Ila ke ko ngela programme.
Midnight so my radio.
Ako ngela programme beti nyebulo ko na, no?
Joa,
Ila fan so la ma fanari nak.
We made an agreement ko we're gonna let go. Ya understand? You ko nga bandale. Ningeje janama mbala sa ko you are just willing to violate. We all agree we are moving on. Because Yunus Hydra, one of the agreement here is Yunus Hydra is a special case. Na bara ate kate mo la kumo mo la nati yafo. Mbare bula jele ntata respond la bara ko la nak na pare ka modo.
Yala be ebe Yunus to bula la, no? Sai ko
No,
sai kam fana ke
muna moya la momel lo ngalu nan kamen foye. Ay men fo nga moy la kata bula la. Ana bula le ta so dino.
And the UDP la mat. And the UDP la mat, Wandifa.
Ndo fola ja yalo nim ko amanka UDP do be mu tumi rol. Ya
Ah, bari UDP la. Ay nga bula.
Bari
Ay nga bula.
ko. Ah?
Penda gomba violate la. Ida ko no.
Penda ko be violate.
Ako be violate la.
Ah?
Yalo Wandifa yalo ndok makile ne fala Wandifa, ah? Wandifa ni beto nya fala mo le, ah? Ye double to bula. Yalo e ka double to use la as a backup. Nte bukala fi
No.
Wandifa.
You might understand. You don't understand what is going on here. We are done. Yeah, understand.
Okay.
Yeah, understand. Because non-UDP members, because logically, Nindol Damal, we want to look. No, it doesn't make sense. Non-UDP member respond. Let them write what they got to say. Yeah, understand. What be the deletion of because at the end of the day, they will not have an influence as to what is going to happen within UDP. So the other one, special case, special case. So ngada respond. Yeah, understand.
Okay.
But comme na men fa tol me ya lon ko nal be kukilim be kom be agri la ka ko nyin ka moy na tol ya fusilam inviting us to talk
let me tell you I am very I am very biased biased tale for this is bela bela na be jibe ka nyin kan be ya biased tale an ka bela fo den a ko la fo nya na ba ka ta kan da fa den la ka ko Janneh for this is Nawe Kachaa ne kuno. Nawe Kachaa na kuma la fone. Kuma na Kachaa kono, you know. So Kachaa kana kuma fa nga lam barangan tilide nga I'm very biased. Yemem fanyen dak no. Ako nyamule gala nga mpola keba nga non dagela.
Mara kullo dole bulega mente benda.
Ay o dara mem mpola ke mpola keba nga no bendeleje. O man sakunda o bendeleje. Ala bala man sakunda. Mo bembulu jabe sirinje o bendeleje. O kandele present.
Information dila wala ko de man bare ka bonni.
Honey. Afenna fojede fa be ha. O bendeleje wani ban. Takela sula nin kunjalo. Ye ndo mala. Fo ne kere.
Baro o man feadi. Ibe mo dol bari
No nasala nin
le ko mo de tamal.
nasala nin kunjaro nto mala je. Tala be nasala nin kunjaro fa fe nto mala. Fo ne kere. Nga fa sa nyam bula fa wala fisa wati. Ande nde fola wo dama. Nga fa sa nyam fa by na office ko wala fisa.
Because I don't want to support the Liverpool side and go wole bulu ani Arsenal. Ko Arsenal go
Mbadanga ne bula boy. Bi ila yena wura ro
comment
de.
ko summarize agreement of ceasefire, don't deal, one UDP kodi, no flag bearer discussion, nga banne no kabudu discussion, no ken kabo discussion, don't sincere conversation, right?
Umar Buni calm down, you know. I calm down.
No, Umar Buni na moleti, you know.
What about Umar Buni?
One of my keen followers lem. Mfananse diamu no wele nga fa ko. No, but Umar will get the memo because jama ko call initiate aka katara following na.
Tala benyame. Umar Buni nando kelede. Ndara fonsi dai anyela ngota bine, you know, nga do mala bun kono. I'm telling you.
Wala no ko. Gambia
Iba mislead kan.
No, man so ila ta fole benta fana mislead kan.
No. Yala tela ko case benyame. Ati ba te mislead kan.
No, kana ta bandala.
Me are kamba fine ngawlo ne. Biringa ko. Ala bro la ke se ke mo barodi. Wa be gila da bone wol 2021.
No, we have to move on. We have to move. Because atamang tra Facebook live ja. Na askena ye me ba na la pa fendo ko na chance dila ka diam.
No. That's the problem ko ja. Ndaka nga repeat hayen wala na kamba da ne. So ndebe jele ga mbira ne ndiro je no. Wani fando wani ndi jamana di CFG past 7 years old kono. I welcome every insult, you know, and I'm fine with that. Since na family appreciate whatever, I fear nothing. You know.
Nigerian actor men ya jambe men zaman carte fay wato 2016. Ndaro no ko mala ndeba bringo je ngiso en baran ndara no nga inbox ko kuma jawul fay ka nen fana nga nek ñi ngamira mo le haya ka ndiro sa fay.
Yeah. Kale.
Ay nende bon sore ndara bari nga trading ga ko ni ngi muta gambe be ku kelela. Nga ni tena ni campaign tirelo ro intol ngeta jeri ko kara wo bande ko kara carte le fay. Nga bo jol mobilize le be ku kelela te mura Nigeria. Nga trading le very well. I response Kenya. Yeah? Ngamre yo sa file.
Yeah, I respond man.
Senu. Yalo ha mbadu nga memo ni explain it ole. So bi namol diamu dale witin ko nga nyin diamu nga bang. Ya ona sa nte am going to extend it further to wo mol menga jana mol forgive la. Ul me yalo manke UDP di mol bulale tambi. Let them say e diamu fal fara France na fatela jama fon be je. They don't even genuine for a tali for ibatinya ko. Ha?
Ko ko ponya e konyen nga bare nga konyen bere janga nya kasi nga konyen ba bari ni underground work on seleta kan ko de gabe manelde
ani ajo underground work wala ka misleading ti
o underground work onye nin seleta kan te be findila nanede nde buka underground quota so
underground
ida underground no play ni nyato no ngayin konyen banjane alafa Abubakar ko he look jaran ko be mun tel mu jaran ko la
man ya mu du bonyin kono imang iko man audio la moy now you got the memo we all move
nda buga Wandifa mistake I made it Wandifa odlado no I made a mistake to ka audio bloodlado and that's the first and last audio until we make it you know you understand Birinda audio le je be je kana wallahi mala moy mbedo ku dal rek nga audio dan esala audio ngol la moy rek warna nara phone fen ko ni fon kije you know ngo comment ni kije you understand but na men mention no lot of mention no lot of what existing. So wonder could let's move on, boy. Never cool, seriously. I have no ill will against anybody. I'm still fine. No, therefore, no, I don't block whenever Umar Bunde menke kandela wolo ba ndere da block. I don't have time to block people. Seriously. Onto whom I stand, mbuka mo block. Whenever they can do anything on my word. You go. Never come on block, boy. Move. Obe mo wuli afo. Obe mo sila kunya. Obe wuli afo boy. Well, I'm not able boy. Ela ke fele jelo be fara ja, No, yalo fenda ko nga blog le. Yalo fenda wo en kamfande le. Bar faru sure la nga fo fature wo Fenda wo en kamfande le. Nga blog, But after nga fo te po en fenda, nga fo en dalilo me adna nga okay, Yalo nga amalo ne ko ndol screenshot al siya bata nyim bankol kande. So ni wol kata nyone ngala wo kuola, So bring on to na advice ya mama tomorrow. No, but nga na blog boy, ngala la post. Oh no. I did very well. The reason why but it's good. Ngafo fature wende ngafo fature Anyway, so Wandifa baringe bula but someone is in me free na sila sama o kan be sino la fo ato men diata. Yeah. Yeah, man. Idea. Ela voice pauta la ngama mo be call kan ela voice pauta la boy fonya re ma. All right.
Baraka Baga, thank you so much. So in case you more jadulato, remember you go for Diam Gangasalonko, Amari deliberate violence. We have had a debate about this. A discussion about this topic. Nyum flag bearer ko ninyo pinpoint or blah blah. We are done with it. So and it's good. Neymar nunko alla kano manke fake. It might be uncomfortable sometimes, but it should not be bad. Alenyo sinale tonya fonyo dronko. Okay, we're caring and we move. Because no one day bukalo. Kaja firo kada siala dol bije buka understand e ka mol dol jafani make post ke ya feel ko bendala side little kada iga kada post ke maybe enta maje inde post ke dol bije ga bere mag lela ina je ye mag telinje bar biya di intene mag lega zinga kacha kulul men te mai to den dolon ya wala zat. So at the end of the day, this is it. It is a bit around a political. And even today, I had that conversation with Mark Ngaiko. We need to be careful because ninko kada nyame nonte dol bije mbita ndamal bita sobila nyola abo futala to a level me alongo even if flag bearer tombonda drop so bobe dunal to the level that tol dol comme ni inata mota me alon tenga wala agents ntetem fanjel ni molta me alongo itema support itete fanjela at the end of the day yawna sana ite affiliate la iba affiliate fanko ntamanyong support, and I'm not going to be behind this person for because you feel insecure. And like I said previously, UDP experience UDP dolbi je many alonko just because of ye palas kuoning oketa no problem balti palas kuoning wati na ye dabo tumi dol ba fala dabo le mbali palas lo dol ba fala dabo tenen you understand. So at the end of the day itel from even though iman dabo call dolbi je from wala ko mbala fa, because I remember dabo saying to somebody nun ko do kara ka modol to fa ka karna no babo bula sen call no ngadiam, you understand. So but you don't talk to the old man about it. Emandiamala, you are just on social media talking. You understand? Iba by force change, by force tank. So dabo ta fole ko kari be menke kan amambetia o akoy ko kari ate command to la bari abebula le right exercise. But at the end of the day, it na mate bi ne fanjala ko nying because ye ne mo ko haji fure nyala de yola. You understand? So na be deri wonya mate sa mira ko na ku ken jawole ba ko atra manke odi. You understand? So is it a ye fang so boy do so no more no I know ya fuko yo bantanga mem be fo nyima nyimpa bi nena tan like la ko tek then you start kapa patining even atela loda o ye modo la tambindi you know itine fanjele ja anu mol kanyina fendo lande sa nanga nyo hakilo bulandi ya jele bi ninga candidate o nati let's say nyiru ba fo kanko al talib nati na nin talib nata b nga tambindi dabo will still be relevant because dabo la pati leader ya ba bulle ya understand better jil and some of these people men fongo be wuri kante ina silele nyora talib fongo la iba fulale ko ha is because dabo la kanyin dictate o janne birin dabo baro si folo ko dabo la ko be dictate yo lo faja adu bari nada understand at the end of the day president ko president o ronat bari hani comment we are hypothetical here hani arungo talib story becomes a successful story some of these people are nibe kuyalale ibe bolat le be nyorala because iba fula ko he ñing talib ñing dabo ka dictate it's going to happen at the point I understand how but it's going to happen so we are whatever we are doing here we are just doing it for the unity of the party but because among kanyidiko among necessary in Facebook just to post something there I understand and the mole tara diamola molke nyongala dolbe je ba sambale la YouTube dolbe je ba sambale Facebook ba sambale TikTok ema internet unity or discussion no mention bi ngaje dole la Facebook page and I cannot even claim it nta man fam barane ko report fam anything ngabula jela donc I take responsibility in konfay ko nyaay nyimbe kala ndilaki bari ndel fam joinde Yunus lay ndam man ni man joinde dun jang nga ñu conversation rawe kala nia jibe ni Yunus fana ba fam ta responsibility da ba fam ndele yak nia je ñi fam bebe kala ndele Facebook live mal so nim ko be ke kan you have to take responsibility at some point imanya na fala dronk karlen yes video ni ko jumale ni sabun to fana responsibility so raje because ni mantano Yunus join ni lara nga monologue nga nyo sabola kiji mo fula ka o mo bari mo kilimbo ka za nyo sa so wala bije we all have to take responsibility and sometimes the conversation will be uncomfortable and unfortunately munya fana nin konta munya la janja ja ka ko membe adama ba jala but again I will tell the other people many alonko they are listening and then mantra agreeing I essentially mean this I'm done with this non UDP members all engage I'm gonna like let go ya understand bulala ni be mem fala yafu I'm going to go by what the party says and that way for no like seriously namol fanal bi ya wala reflect in the group ko al nga ñin jaamu bula same thing yeah understand so and it all boils down to one thing wala ñi diko conversation on amam beti apatito because abe divisional na la ay tumiro la na de birin tumiro fura fo ko Wandifa ko mo sa balle ka use yalla ñen dalo no woldo ko tumiro la ndata bitale because Mamadou ni sa wal ni Wandifa wol ngu wol ma ñoje dula fo momo ga Facebook no mol be wala so nara fa puta do bal no to nyato nya sa nga ñin dolbi je comment e gisola ke badandi do e ka kamfa ya dol ba fole ko ite kare konne because of this nden talib no ma history ba do nin de nga talib ko nga be kala konnante ya kan sa nana ma history so to be honest we never had a history so ni nga ko nga be kala konnante ya do net ana man ko konna konne but modo so misconstrue because of mba foka mole ko alinga mbatu fo wato esi ya understand and some of the things memem fana foka ya understand is not entirely but also part of it is protective not just our party but also for Talib come Kafo Komenko ning I don't know conversation or continue that you don't know what Barrow is going to cook for him. Yeah, understand? And that's a protective measure for Talib fana. So among ko nga mbem be ro mbem fawol ko la ko dol ba fele be kabudule dol konte be janala nim men konta mulunta dol ko be wolto dol ko me dol la camp I don't know ntem ntene mo ko hab yende jele ñun bem be ñin chaman yalla nim fem fe contact so ibe ngelo na before keji but bri kedati ni la contact very minimal and ni e ko ka jigal and ni e ko ba meso de kan call back I'm very humble and grateful for that but as a result gon tel ka menke jang ya understand so akatina the situation is uncomfortable ita understand for ni man traje ke call fa ko lebule unless it is extremely important but jama bi je mbortelal drone like comme mbortelal drone itan kala fon fon e wa fele ngaje Facebook la da be je but ita bule fa ngoni ay bodam kor kan sai because I will not call them ya because it becomes a little bit awkward but ni man tara ko na italo na nde na conscience be nyame ni mote tarno in that kind of stuff ni mote tarno and wala na some elected officials I like them if you talk to them you see the sincerity in them han duma le quand même ka fo ko doma delman tara jam fam balundi la de you bro neo moya you have to respect that person man yeah even in their comfort zone momentary mo ke ko kon te bejan men na mo la ko mbolo fight la kana worry fem be jambata la you know those are the type of things that you want to hear from your leader so but that admiration doesn't mean ko o mari bete kila la ke jorangote or something osi fa mambete all finale family le so dandi ye consensus so de so nani na some of those people are molkam affiliate men wolte so naka more use a youth man like me huh comment kata kara Facebook ni diamol ni kola they are not going to do it they are too civilized for that very decent for that very decent very decent for that they are too decent for that itakela but ni model ma understand especially dolbi je dol fon ka lon ne bari ka tawle fake wala ne ka fake profile ol ibina be kangol la molla iba fole kina tenne isay tatne inin kari de be kari leto de be kari kuleto no ndebe jumala fon so ndete mo so ko no la UDP sasa because nin ko be kari leto umari ngo jele wulura ko ni lawyer dabo I am behind lawyer dabo 100% sa mbira jumala lawyer dabo wala non ko defon I will formally submit my application bar ndete campaign kala fona waro si dan naran kala Facebook Republic ngana campaign ndanga na severo nga submitted to UDP ya wana sana so mba nal finally ala Facebook several dadi alko executive go al Wandifa consider maybe some consider and I can become the next president for them there you go that's democracy so menu ka fo fana ko is too let it not be too late al kana worry UDP is an already established party 11 months to go ninga selection of billahi at late 10 months to go 3 months to go is not late wallahi at late la jomay boda prison at state house jomay straight from prison direct jomay from prison direct at barely 2 weeks just to be on the safe side 1 week new media outlets will report as 1 week from prison 1 week draw at kita president yeah understand it can happen ala aman tambi ala la kerola so UDP be nyame UDP established tale al kana mo kana al convince nyina ka fu komen alen kana mbar fay late at late no la 11 months is enough time pour UDP e mo monade ni ngo ala mbaro ngato mbo warjuma ala kilo blan ala october nga convention if you atula kima November December ni ya jimbetar ya understand a winter jomay the same thing so Allah alay mun kawa kule itanim tolla me yalon ko nyilmen ko tul hakilo diatale ko tul hakilo warda it membo count la no ala ya be itani mo la sila wala na qur'ano fo kono ni aji be be farin tariko la man ko wo tariko be ka fa kensane ka fa because aya fulo men nata ko karam ndaduna arabic fenkol kono jande bari ndol manke kawandila bori qur'ano be mo kawandoti kabrin starting for end ni ka kol korosi doron qur'ano la first verse men nata ko kila e sikara bara nara qur'an kilin kono aka mulla story mutaka fa wo the signal is learn from those lessons ake karandi wallal so ndol fana nin kol men ketanu nyanda karana anuni ale kaw kol men yitanina ale kol men ko singol ko nyanda nga karam from those things nga baro select le barely 2-3 months before election of winter joma in balajang lokun killing main candidate out of picture by force because luama allow ndo na winter so mo can believe in the ko 1 year 6 months before 2 years before inanta kugela nonde you are going to be late imira bitu ita kilima more than 2 years actually because 2026 ngamra December election gala you can correct me if I am wrong ita kilima men ka fo ngake science mo goroma mo njay adala frande sugu la de garala frande sugu la de la ni ngoma drabe ko nankol si jelanna ya ba abeta na wala ala qur'ano na le story men be is just wala ne abeta na wala because wo kila mo life to la mo live ya no if anything is just for you to learn from them wala na ka story ni fo ka mo karandi true stories is very important anu jama mo lonal ka fole ni ngala ku kala ka tama zero li tan dilal so nying men kana ka ko hakilo le diara intellect revolutionary mind le bele ki brain was le I genuinely essentially nga believe ko be tinyaro la wala nante ko I will take a step back ngana ninna mo le diamo wi siko yes tonyala aman kan tela ngani initiate mo le afu na mo le afu bonta fana I will genuinely come out and tell people ko I'm done with this topic nya jan dunda je ko rek UDP dimo wala ben dunda je but outside al kay benyina lola anu mbadi do Yunus ane jama Yunus ko kanya banke mba na ta peace la jam tan fam contradict Yunus diam tala me alan ko audio me atal ta moy no la ngamo le ay même fo ngamo le he's not gonna let go ata bulala mota bonni no la bul ala mind movement mindset ni this is somebody that I personally know at least naka diam ya understand ngala mentality understand na kamen safe ni kari ya understand atabulal so mbate la special case ngada joy so the rest ngali dani bari namul be ko daba ko alngani topi kobla na UDP executive ko alngani topi kobla say muna tuta alngana nyo saba ko alkana fo dronko but mengana kole ambul ka understand wala ni ko ni tol ko kari tafna fo kari ndeta ko kela ndeta danga mo to ku ya janga ko lamin san ndeta fana la lamin san ndeta fana ko ha yankuba dabo ngawani yankuba dabo totinya and that has nothing to do with yang ni me fo ngay mansa ko hani yatun ko yankuba la ko president yalla o lamin san o rohilo wala strategy men science and data be volante so maybe ndebi daw nintena online ka kuma dolfo mbala strategy ni mbati nyala ata ngani yo mo wala fonti afela ngati nyaro kay so it doesn't make any sense. We are not in cohort with anybody ka UDP tinya ndani nyul brodal ngejel yankuba daw ni aja ajininga the force de ngaji ngamem fay na manyina ndenga lo ne atayalo what more this was back in 2017 2018 what more you call for be mankete ya understand so but what atinala no come like ye malam bafla nyadi isa mo kanu nyawnya isa mo kan nyawnya me yal benni nyola me atnal biden al denda al kana nyina wala mbe benda UDP la ndani mote ko tranola in any kind of agreement to ka UDP tinya UDP senior or UDP junior nobody tell ne moment any cohort adun dolbi je ikel camera ni safro membe be online is like camp A versus camp B because mol ni elected official fon dolbi je fon lel be ko maten krip karab be modol be dering ibe non dila no be cross je wo fon be at nan ko let me take a step back and we talk to one another. Yes, like I said, special case at Modangula. Don't get me wrong. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. If you want to improve, like go and listen to what he's gonna say in the comment days. He will continue what he has to say. So we can make him a special case. Ngada bulaje. Nida no poro mo ninso be buka sita bino. Ninso be buka sita bino la. Mbare kala special case le. Bari ndolu, we can talk to them. Magi mo jama be ga na ma kolera, mag kolera. At least ndabul. Because membe yenga respect le na bala mem fula yafo muga bay kananyo but na ba fula fana na yafo na si ngai tandala ko men ko this is what I think about what you said and this is it ibaje la ko wa tol be mu fondin kele mostly na interest woni na desire be mu kilingol ani nka angani o beta na ramanyo nyino la tafana lafta musunani la we have something in common ya understand so fondin kele be mu ngane kiling fondin kele be na ta kiling at the end of the day nar ko momantra kudo kono kay mom agenda do man raji be mu ngane kilingol so we should not be uncomfortable ka tonya fo nyoy ya understand so and especially something me alon ka be patriot nyala to be honest nde na korosiro kala tata fo ngaje lem fo ngaje kat ni ngabe ni patriot nyala ngaje I have seen it abida ka nyamen they were literally volume up ni bola maka but say nga nyi menkete and this is not about private, this is a public strategy sanyin kenola nindol ngay bula non UDP members solo ning special case man so ngate jointe ka no problem ibaje it will help us to filter and read yalla kudo be ker na be ker waru men e buka read no bar na tara fa tambita tron ala kana hakilo dila because nto wala ala control man timma kudo be ker na be ker kudo be na be ker waru nan buka jeno anyam nyaka mala roke sonno mo ka tulo ko moy roke bari sonno mo la calculation o nyinka dasa because ala enda wala nyama nasi kala bika ika kuma do for ni fon la moy many years to come ikal no ko you are wrong ika kuma do for many years to come ifon ka yo bari nanyin do ikama nga prophecy le ka this is it diamo bolanya so we have to like ngenu bulat be mem fola let them say it ikal ngani yo mendo bari ya fole nga moyle it's fine ya understand so until we are going to move on from mentioning names if I am going to indulge ndeta malaka modo anata mo mola karo I don't care modo camera we are not aware of some of the consequences behind some of these actions including personal you don't care nde ngaf money on call ngaf en ko ni mol be yalon ko ikata ka fongo city fongo balaka ke fam feteng banku kola ya famu muni be tesila la kan sabiro na Facebook ka ko karnyol be fenkela le be tu kula le be fenke wuta kumati niyo moy la fo en to ko jahili mal wuta kila kumati anu komen ka fo komen personally fana o sifal fenneti je tebe mom fala membo mo silandila mo balila banko la ko diam la o ka kele don you are not serious because at the end of the day yow le malo mol bi je men yalon ko mo kendol drone mo bu ka fenke na nga ku kende ko mol ka jaw yal siti kam that's it hala mo le bo nyawa I kid you not you can be the most careful person and more me fo yalon ke ku bale wala fo do bi wala jaw fo kana siaba so it has nothing to do with that and like I said some of these people coming to they are just too decent pour que mo ki fon kata ndemalo mun ban te strategy no la kamol ki ten kata ñu fen nonsense all for dulal to tarik ya understand kamol ki kara whatsapp wala nante whatsapp la ko man dia ñu kabira tuma many yellon jama bi jale yellon Facebook ganne maybe YouTube demanding and and maybe TikTok recently but if you WhatsApp le meta ñu be dala ko mun man dia because nka men jenunje nka yalo hakilo ka mesala maybe rom bari nka modo la WhatsApp la boy ndefon kala do ko jule nka sobi ko ñu ñimbe la rika la rawol ka e muru abi ñu kuma furo bonna Facebook jang abi ñu kuma furo bonna na forum mol kono jang ya wona sane so de la rika la raka ye kuma muru ibe voice record la just the power of technology do ibe banko jaxasi adu negativity la fana kara positivity and I wish more do you understand yeah it's science and ni mol mail on Facebook and I'm not saying you try it but if you start to post negative stuff thank you Umar fari guna ngomo ya ka baye be karam mulai jehika modol biye ika fongo comme like ika alon ko nyula ñil be la la ko ye ko mo yalla pare nango level la ma ganya ko mo mole to bla ngala already hospital menga assalamu alaikum bari mo boru mo mole enjoy ya bayle nen jola dol biye yow la may defon kala ni ko ñimbe la na ya ko mo mura be banko betti nak so what kind of BS is that kawna sane anu gamin in Senegal mala fu banku dol ga bar gamin in Senegal dal dañu ne ka molu jo ya sa ka molu ki kata molu kajafi online they do it they do it ika molu ki ka molu purira molu kajafi ngawol jijanne comme mbe reconciliation dia mola kuma do be je mi semenango mbe ñun ko mon fa sa support no very well but I'm not going to say those things and those are very recent goal ya understand but it doesn't matter I'll just let go ne lundo la on another life maybe tomino mbafulal but bari ko nara janga kay rol da ma njire kat kuma ko tol ka barama ko tol le buli nga ni ngana kuma ko tol mama ni jam na faade kunda bara faade kuna gol jira ba nyey kan na barama ko tol le buli because it lekatu ku jawol kala so wala bi we have to learn to move on in this art of kamol bula ko la special commando be jana anu there are so many things in the Gambia political me alan ko ma like during change in 2016 I have said it WhatsApp is my number one problem yes and the archives are there model maybe I told you but a video nge ma bodul te be nga fo WhatsApp is one of our biggest problems right now because mengeda WhatsApp galta la foy dalta la to the extent ko kibaro manke canal daily update so anunka mol je no time typically mulka ifangta ka bambu ka vol koma kata Gambia o sai ko fansi ni we mbara ni Gambia political I have said that also nde mole mutafatle malon nyaton ko tila ay ngameneke ngan domando man bobu le fo na bon because nko wo mu problem wala naka fo kon ya ni to ko te la ni yutul na re ko enda muta mbi na la ni sama na UDP barol be munu na mole because nga groupe le fom no abadi we groupe ni dara fo I think 35 to 40,000 members coalition 2016 ngala nga fo aga ada back in 2016 so mol bi je mena ko ni na tata fo WhatsApp nga groupe osoro of course nga WhatsApp groupe osoro no so ye mutawde ko no nga ko nga domando may because horomolum ita muron no la ene badu bar nga domando man fingel fa bot because amam akita no na problem bad nga mol jebe bola diaspora jang ika make so mol ke benu airport ya understand ile na diamu la Facebook jang ndabe ñu diamu fatu la kanjo alba kanjo di and almam force ga sija I voluntarily came here to speak so na kira ko nga kanyene kama pour nga fen so ji ko manyana nala so but because imu prominent diamu laldi ya expect ko ite by default nyanta fen so la wo self entitlement o man betia I'm talking about entitlement malaf ka dunje but nga fenne fana feel about that kind of allegation against somebody me alonko is a brother ofana I felt guilty about it ngoko let's make it's better we make peace because allegation is here so molka bu jey kra Gambia e ka make so ko kafoli e bendu will be munum problem those were red flags on and they contributed significantly for e ko for fang important do modi e fang important di packet wona rek problem within UDP anu ngamira nga Gambia societal setup nga understand that was going to be very difficult ka fight wala WhatsApp na fana WhatsApp kata wol kafoli na na wara ba WhatsApp le e betara je karla kafo ubodi je mol fon ka WhatsApp group fon tele ka to le fana ma fo be man betia but I think it's a little bit problematic because there are too many teams and agendas and topics within the political party and arena me alonko you need to bring people together based on people who are passionate about that topic. Yeah, understand. And that I feel like maybe I may be right, I may be wrong, but even if I am right, maybe that's not the way the Gambians do it. But this is my mentality. Gambian have those kind of thoughts. It's my responsibility to take my to make sure my mom is satisfied. Yeah, understand. I care about nimbe muso nimbe binda no tala ngake je bandila muso man binda. I used to say this to my mom, and she did not find a root. She just I understand. I have that mentality. Cool. The logic of what, because I used to see a lot of people come solo futu, ite tara kombo ya sindi jana ka mbama something like that. No, despisely. I never like that. Okay, ite ba muso futu no le mbama yadi. Those were things me along go. They are like one of my radical minds. Not even my mom. Woman can one day that's it. So I have, and this I was really your woman yaka more time but that's my brain. That's how I function. Stick around and wait for your response. Yeah, so sometimes I understand I may think I'm right, but they may not be that popular. Yeah, but I'm not also going to concede they are all wrong. They are not all wrong. Don't be but do you mean like muso nyina do ko ke bama ila muso has no ila muso manyana come na be do ko kele bama, it has to be come isitale ka makoy but come the sole responsibility do ba fele futu because ibama you need a woman to take care of your mom. I mean, come on you are over it. That's my mind. I don't think so, because what I'm on, a big part of my childhood, I used to be like a Sunni Muslim. Now I don't come already. I was a little bit too much into religion, but extremist in number one, because but believe me, when I was young, I used to read a lot, bro. I used to read a lot, and I think that helped me. When I was young, read no, because one of my aspirations was understanding what I'm on Amitage Ndesan, Mantano Amitage. I wanted to go to Amitage. Amitage boys come like Nakeba Dol. I don't want to mention their names here. Many alonko come words and their meanings, then come dictionary words or that literally any word near for they will be able to explain it to you or at least define it for you the way the dictionary. So I ventured into something like that. So I tried to like every word come in the dictionary like come word kutola. Yeah, I was into it, but I did this for many years. Dictionary but then further studies revealed to me, the best way to like communicate is to use the most commonly used words. That's when you are most efficient. That's when you can come across as humble. That's when you can come across as you can be communicatively effective. So, give up in the big word, will make a But yeah, so but coming back to topic, Janneh, it is no not typical. Mukata in 3 days old. No, it's not Marakas Masaligi, was Valbari. Nenamanta in 3 days old in Colade. But I was somewhat, very religious at that time. Way more than I am now. Way more. Nimul Mendanula Muslim Dolby will cover you. Will can take come and I can give you a condom ustaz or something like that. No, life is funny, man. Yeah, I remember. Don't be green that to out there. No, life is funny, man. So, but anyway, back to topic. Do John even provoke and get dankula. But mbe jabilam about Njayman because never Njayman again. Never only Jay problem also. I am more calm. Mark Monetlam for fat job lumber. Dole and call. The Conin Jay telephone group call guy in the Montadia because I don't want to be, affiliate with him, association with him. Because at that level, I can for Dabo, it's too much. And now I feel like it went beyond and above. So what I'm Njayman ko not a bull of I don't want to. Because no more bigotry. Ibuka affiliate deliberately diamutai ma ne wan ni diamutai mam pare game yaje ko yase bigger motive to continue than to stop. It's better Yamari can see Dabo Ndalakura because Keba Neon Manoma, it has nothing to do with what the position of Dabo is or whatsoever. I want better. Momanya see do I want the Keba Nenala. It go is normal. I understand. I want better. Momanya go. So what I enjoy man Nabula. Last summer was a deal breaker for me. Like bro, ni Dabo I kumol men pasiata. Inte fongole ata nkala audio lamoy sometimes one case or UDP online banda ba ni mo kanyo sa banka defend. But then ala kumol about Dabo continued. Fabuta tanen di role la karola ten biro kita. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to part of a job. Aliam call alka bring alcata belano don't call him manta diam la janda mantra join ja. Because jaka Dabo keba bane. Pourquoi dali? Anamba bende fa bulala WhatsApp audio kana ya every day sumanda nka men ka interest lan ke nge distribute. But ni mo oppose is one thing. But ka wandi ke bane no me alon ko defo ba fala mama at the end of the day bane nte bring o je ron ko ni mo drabe ko nokol. So ani ngadi dembala mu hadi fon le video da ya na sana so ngam ya ni njala video blend something like that. But video na invite I dropped it. I go again I can say I was somebody that he kind of feel comfortable with me. He trusted me kind of, and because I gave him all the reasons to trust me. But the problem is, I don't have anything with NPP. I can mingle with NPP forever. Like Abe, Kene Musu Abe. I don't care. But like Ibe Diamo, Ibe Namonen. You understand? Ibe more like Keba Nina, it go political. No, is that politics? You call that politics? That's not politics. So what I begin, so okay, let me go back to now WhatsApp la problematic kwenye. So in WhatsApp, another na funya and Gambia culturally, another ki joramoti. Ya understand? Ni ilafta monde na the best way is ikanyi WhatsApp audio diamulalu. Some of them are very problematic people in real life. Ya understand? Ikamolu neng, ibe mol threatening banen ribalu. All of an later got TikTok because lately not I understand what TikTok and I see about Facebook is a video was at least we can reporting our Facebook account. So WhatsApp kira wala nyama WhatsApp la emergency I am batandila WhatsApp la emergency political kono after 2016 victory I did not approve it my like adiamo siara anyoka jafo siara so another very bad culture dunde wala nyo record another will be so another it became so disgusting bro anu mina nada cross WhatsApp alkana la diamo mandiana ko boni WhatsApp warrior jama they have this culture of recording people so for alela kiltuto wala ni cross rogeji ika cross mol men ka recording ka ba ka ni very many they are very active on this WhatsApp group all name all time ikatu nyo record all ndio ndeka mo follow but member record like ngamo doja I'm acting based on my instinct here. I am record for a very silly reason. Come example, he needed something from the Netherlands. I badding he wants to inquire about something. So instead of going to call, but so to call me. So when we started talking, I instinctively direct now on the record. Yeah, because he was giving me the chance to speak without interrupting. There are signs near because somebody saying no focus but something is going on here. So but mana conversation kuntuka interrupt or anything. I just went ahead remember explain because I have information on you. So come like because that was quite unnecessary. He could have just but he decided to just record it. So I can't WhatsApp moment active group because this is what they do. You can record okay, yeah, it happens a lot to us, and psychologically, some part of it is like a natural reaction because I can't tell me from Gadiam, the Monabi Kalan. If I'm no record lel ke record, and believe $10. Na yela dunia nice na kullo back na obevon. I'm not gonna record, but you know what I'm gonna do to you. I come in memory ko ngam remember. Ni sa ro waro mba sa ni ko bearing ngafula among record proof me mba There are many more people many years ago. They said things conversational. Ya mera mo ni na tela. Amanjere isa fa mo record no na feel. Por fen lo ya amanjere record ma mbaru ngane la crack do mani. Fo Ibrahima Silla yala den dara America le won mo 2017. Ako mo le ko won mo baro mo so bida ko baro be. Okay, mbaru ngane dara complete ngane invite. Ila moy janna ma. Won mo Ibrahima Silla. Mol so bida ko baro be dabo jam fa ko adara America. Ako moy ko billahi barowa kaynim baro e dabo jam fa kayen kon tabari sana wolfe. Omari wa record. I'm just telling you the importance of you don't need to record everything. Omari yo fonde. Hansa manjina de Omari to fala moy fa. Bar manjina la fobi. And Omari ka fanya falande because he was with him. Ako ko Ibrahima ko de ning dabo e ning jam fa. Ning dabo e atole ning baro e dabo jam fa atabari sana. The person did not record him. I did not record the person because come on. Then more in so that not recording of Kampal. Because I will never ever do it. It's like mola worst fear meant to bring it into reality. Like ala worst fear meant ala life kono. Ala worst fear meant ka nila taka mo hada mo fon asa mo fon fa no fa. Because mo ma expect ko mo call kila kullo fa wala mo call ebe diamu kan about something sensitive mo yo ta record. You don't expect that. Why will you record somebody? And another the evidence was bring Jaimane your problem osida. Bring Jaimane your problem osida. What happened? Recording sol nimfen call manfindi. Kafunyo ko me kelati na malaf kadi mu baga jela jela utla roto no da domani. Obe fin
Bo entela lampo fala lampo mala wa.
No, it's all right.
But sorry.
You're good to go. You're good to go.
Bo nalsi la ko na ko to bule la diamo ko no nonsense.
Eba sila ka
Ibo gala example oti nyaade de Ibrahima Silla to bondi la diamo ko no nonsense.
Ibrahima ko yala Ibrahima na come here. I don't need somebody to tell me some of the things that Ibrahima said. Ibrahima ko that was one thing I remember. Man ntenyi na la mena about that atada mala karo. Akata ja dabo jamfala. You understand? Akoni dabo nimbaro baro dabo jamfaya bay atebe bola UDP. Atafana be resign baro la government or ma be minister. Ho jartes ba. Yala dum kuto ya sama flow jartes.
But ela lampo be fare ne de.
Why do you need to see me how ngafa?
Okay, no, it's all right. No, ndio ameno fa na lampo malo nyine wole yo.
No. So anu fana manyina fana. Ade Ibrahima Silla kilo fana. Ade Ibrahima Silla back in 2016 or no 2016 then 2017 nga interview leno. We interviewed him. So akonya ko because then what more imagine struggle ko na yari membale. What more kadu sometimes WhatsApp, things happen more kadu call more or less. Because I remember when I first came to Germany, what more telephone nka direct call ke back every week I dedicate like 10 euros nka family call me na direct, not with just WhatsApp because call boka better back. Network coverage and the availability of smartphones and all that. So sometimes it is necessary for your credit because I call. So we complain ko Gambia call a certain de Ibrahima di wanara na UDP online banda ba ko by November ko solve la. Kuno ni wala kati.
No, amang Wandifa kujamala keda. Kujamala keda delegation form tale imamol kulloto approach ta kebal di ulloto tata pour ka diama bo be ma work no.
About what?
About in different men start between Barrow and Dabo and things like that. They were trying to engage Almamos and the elderly people.
I know whatever we believe is not decent. Moria promote online, but it came out all na better jana. It's Finland. Punya dinding ka punya tafambuli ya do kule.
Agwe Barrow do kule. No, ke Barrow man lano. Wandifa bit.
No, mbadu ate fon la ko ki Moria la. Awakala eran so ronne. Yalo ndama ollo.
Yeah. But wallahi Wandifa betrayal man bede.
Back in 2018 also. 2018.
No, 2018. No, 19. 2018,
2019.
Kola. 2019.
Akonyo ko atafambulu akonyo ya do kule.
Wandifa
wado akonyo ko alka funya mamu ala ko ron to lenga be ta mandi lenga mo very prominent figure ma fana anun ke wala fana ma
Wandifa wado billahi wala wado me jide nyola kuru ko time momena ning kolta na koli dun tan ko na tan pinda banda to mone e mala min tum kala ga mo folo de ben ga jompe na wolo wa ko te da sietengu comme na ta lafta tara ko confuse ka tadi ka mo foloti men ga jo na programme mo
ya ko tungara kande kolle no wala nan ko birin tungara kare muna gamdal muna ma disa MD lan fo muna ba
MD la mari gamtal
tungara ne kan kolle kan songandi ya ona sana ka kampang kama kamboni na messenger o messenger group ko ko ngati son ko la da
ani
fode jawla inform da be nga biwa inform da
e ka fode jawla ci kala ka bonni je ni na la ya bonni je so ni fode jawla bonni je yankuba da bala ka molo ne nanje no wani ba kula tambida
no kuja wale tambida billahi wallahi but anyway
I have so much respect and regard for Yankuba Dabo because the man is very honest.
Yankuba is a good guy. What I'm on WhatsApp group oro attending dole kam ko mala ko to be ndabana tungara la kanda bonde tungara. For some reason Lavin tungara found me very problematic. And na kana mu nege na kuja kan kolle. Na man dia ko nyendoke. Ite bi siri jete alona dabo ñu le ka mo la victime oli what time on boy fati kunanga dole finita nunka complain about compensation and all that bring change kira mo metol topoto victime le motal dikap ouais ndengo ko ñu fati kunango e badu say nang fale mo kira things will fall into place la won ngara en ko la ko ndoke ndo lañu mol dara ma kunda ñu na mo la victime le bo fele te ka fa ñadi itela mo la ni mo be jamle itela mo
No, Yankuba Kadale. Yankuba made a UDP dingol. I made a UDP dingol, the loyalty sola made a protect lade.
Juma.
Yankuba Dabo. Yankuba made a UDP la loyalty sola. Yankuba made bat a protect lade. You know?
Never on in Dola Chodi in Dokola, Lakan,
yeah.
I'd go to over ugly.
No, the man is very honest,
because all nini wal jam na peta tet mukabe ha mukabe nkura kola
nim fintanando lamin tungara kat rosler akan kuntule I invite na konya what I could be landing because yala kewa like experience le using kana but man Nimbota would ladder the next minute men can akatan. Wandifa I became confused. What don't get us in for like a tay. Monekeda, not Tripoli Sorantara Gambia. You understand? Nindong will form the seating. Wandifa not sure content, wallahi billahi lie. I start blaming Dabo. So after Monebiji, very honest guy, akonye ndogete kamana pare. So wala ukumonye wana radung kumokono nata muruna biri murana jantuma bana basire no amajida museda balde amajida kan kol subal nimbeji kan do gudlat akan kol la fonga dunna bungon anun kat need 2 hours lawta mo kana soka kan ko betinya kan ko beti sala fam nekela for the first time in my whole life yeah
Jide was the only person me along ko nenena mantra diare nin nenena diara manta be logun kilina. I remember only one day 2017 indara silla wala site abel Facebook live na request can join yeah that was it ndene jide nena mandia kabrin start for end
I like it to be honest I like him
I like him anu
very smart. He's brilliant. The boy is brilliant and smart. So I love it. But I can actually use Nankang. Like I have a good rapport with him because I like the guy. So when I program I really love that. So after look, let me just inject this guy. I started when I'm a Kasafe. Pamor Bojana expose. So what I man contact also man like direct contact attending Sundu Temano. So nga jamano dole jang is a very brilliant guy. I love a project only use nying horticultural gardening I investment bank in Morocco. So whenever we rap in Sundu Tema. Tongo kunta ko nyam ko sunde ko this man kata holiday la Gambia la and nina organization o mon kata lafta ya nga connection o ndane Ministry of Agriculture tema waro la minda mundi balbal Ministry of Agriculture so nyini kina na good la fodo sunde tema you know ndara Gambia wallahi billahi Wandifa ko ponga da baro just get out of it
sorry dañu faral ko ni jumale ñoje
wato o tamol kala ni sundu tema ni sundu na rapport wala ko men jamano do la nyanda la Gambia
okay
investment pale kamaro no tungara o kambiren wasle no he's one of the guy me ano ka over brain was
agenda soto junale wallahi wala na birata comme MD diala ya ngare deputy MD la diala polo atata I wasn't surprised at all tungara obviously ni ga follow no kala no ko he wasn't
no they have a special hate toward Dabo. It can for no wala nyindiko it can brainwash wala you know employment maybe Gambia kono malaka cross la nyanta careful la you know ika kumala faja manjara ngo be faja time but that was very dirty so
I remember dol bije email ol be sen lan dabo be kala male
that's I'm telling you Wandifa after bije nara go because what ngaje go okay jing Pamudu Bojang Dal is the right person semendino nyina go look at this man. This is what is happening in UDP. Now this new government may create a samang even 1 year for us. This is what is happening today. This is the plan toward our blow.
Do you know the oldest Kabudu?
Huh?
The oldest Kabudu?
No more.
In the Barrow government.
One of the oldest one of the Wandifa.
If you are excluding alkalinin Ibrahim Silla, Ibe boy come model that.
No, Ibrahim Silla was not part of it. Wallahi billah tallah. But Ibrahim Silla, wallahi billah tallah, they were not part of this one. Wandifa.
No, wallahi strategy mental. Ndeka kabudu member only strategy mental. They actually put it into practice. Hani bialor, abe loren. Ma kabudu nyimelo, but come you have strategic plans all menuke. They work.
No, failed it. Yala was succeed at the moment. What succeed at time moment? Very you even go to the ticket of Zali Kali Kayati Gambe.
It all investment on argument. It all institutional target to infiltrate. Unfortunately, come go to more dundaje. Ya understand. Pour ye finda ka koleal yalo some people boy nim politiko ni ndol ka diamika na bani udol ya kilo wara bara ka bi fo suntu you can hear but
whatever you need key point suntu is one of the smartest guy in Barrow government but Barrow fon sontano suntu le nakita bara no Wandifa Barrow titala in such a miserable ways like this now like mbemen kono bi I'm going to tell you moment of fire nin sundula sutiara barola bi sundula mu barola right hand in State House bi kodo be kika bango kata kala
he's the most dangerous political operative in that country sundula niya underrated ikuta mo la meme ima lon ima kala fon lon wala tina
he's very intelligent no
very smart
mo fere na respect andi kaje akeki aflu bakela ni mola communication sundu will never talk to you ka dabori braniye ka kudo keda aka similar cool nati no sundu ka operate nyama is very smart he's very smart
it was not about come dabola kuo it was about come the overall national agenda boy na government kuo nyinga come the society nyinga the whole structure la nyame mom batina la ko comme ñun dol ki
ko buga fono ja wone ba bari bo I acknowledge to later wala nanko nabe baro dala bi baro is some mistake so dol made no baro to kala no sa Wandifa there are thousands of people to many and come baro agents kan no tonya be some of ala baro la ko dol bi jamba support la wallahi I am telling you with this bari baro la suntu nyul jam fanda bala bari mune suntu fana at that time aka operate no nyame amala fana tara sutiarim baro bala ya understand puru nyim fuel mendu dani UDP ni tema isaya ko suntu was not in the country So allow part ni ngai mistake also rola. But sundra nyana tarano state house alkal content benen damento. Then barote mislano.
I want to believe I mistake all guy. Na be la mola because you have to put a caveat, you know. Put a
I'm
caveat
telling
around
you.
that. Na be la mola.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Because on Kela mola.
No, but asela mo wala. No, sundu barobe nun time menna. Bango falina wato maroma jiki mola no what time or make advice than sunduti. You understand? So yin fusion problem on from base start on damento. One if I come in fonte, you know, coming the advice of Dolmenia, what they call a use no kaka political tone against that. One like Uncle Kodo Bejabe Kafujang, you know. But in Kautu Yola, you know, Stundu is one of the smartest guy. And I like him for that,
No,
to be honest. I don't have any hate against him.
I rate him. Sundu Tura will never underrate that Kotoke boy.
Yeah. He's brilliant. He's brilliant, to be honest. So you miss a Kosovo Damento while I'm being called Nitarati. Being called Tarati to Mamma let's man care Kotake. They don't even care what is gonna happen. So Funkum has that old lalt, you know. But Sirinja na can you believe this? Sundu Benjamin, Sundi a Sirinja ticket to Kunun and Cabo Gambekata, England, Sunduka Kanaka Sirinja activist taka protocol. That's an insult to Sundula intelligence. Or bring out to America, I feel sorry about that. That's not the Sundu I knew. A bouquet due to circumstances. But soon that Sirinja ticket kunang gambeta Angleterre. Sundi chala protocol kala kulbe boy. No, that's an insult to Sundu intelligence. Yeah.
Real politician. Real politician.
Iboga?
Real politician of Ganyao.
Abuga
Iboga
Ah.
Real politician of Ganyao. So, and you have to choose your battles. Yalo na Sirinja antagonize.
Mobile facility. Santa Benjamin Sambi.
Because
you
have to understand. Sirinja na government. Femala mojama ka misjudge le. Comengo badia and clip karab. Amanke what the archives. And see the events will follow. I conducted like a whole, literally the social media activity was all about Sirinja. It all started with Sirinja kawo bulol menket dusano noma. From time when akatara akala mobile or mutae, ni dusano bala radio diamola wabe political diamola ya on sana akabulano me kamera bodyguard ola. I start wala
akala mobile mutae.
Yeah, but that was not the end. A chance member to kanu was media. Yeah, understand?
Yeah.
So I watched fully 2 interviews. Many alonko, the guest was not Sirinja, but Dusano me ya alonko.
Yeah.
Atefe ko Sirinja ba normal ko batundo. Ikate kumandi interview lo hono watu ka for bakel. Dusano. So ani Sirinja kate interview ke the first one, if I can remember, was Haruna. Was it Haruna ni manyina? Haruna Drive. Uberije
Paradise, yeah.
I believe Kerfatu. Yeah, understand? So akabulano matene, but see, Dusano was not smart enough to understand Nyimbe Munakuoto.
Okay, no, do more hakiloso.
So I tenne. Molta mira komen a lot al bra ko mbadi ngole no. I do know my 5 access soda. Muna bi sidin jay ni Dusano mo la mobile om tay.
I cannot do something over belittle. But in the I fully remember one of the brilliant youths from Foni. The number is Sundulale. Wato barang be Foni la watu menankayako. You have to get in touch with this guy because former councilor Matiji and a lot of followers of in Foni. Nkaya nale wasoro tumomena all this brouhaha mbekerinji. Alba minimize la nole. What of my party be ala Minister of Nadalin Boyo, Minister of Interior. So Nkaya Konali Sorono, he will be able to convince some of those anala former councilor Molu. Ibalako be fonit sotonola. Yeah, no, I never banana operation or I'm telling you, one lie be letter lie. Nobody should do that, you know. But how things fall apart when I still cannot just imagine, you know. no. Nake mfura gambe to mama land to mama mo kuma balbe je bi men yalan ko baroma sa ko da ko den ko ne ko nya makiti lola in banko kay man futan. I honor them seriously. Wallahi. Hansa respect ko benne ol dol tema Wani fatinyaro kedale.
Nyaro.
So wala ni silo naati sang kule konoten sila jamala be kering bari nka men tambita
mo fode ko men ni recording la ko
no nyere ko la yala gamna fole wani ba nemmol ka tara diamola la eka la fela ka kumo dunda nka lon ko nyebe pare ka record len ka fo ko nka na men fo ete nyini nka nyimena de nka fo ne jani be la record nyi pare la nka na men fo de nka fo ne nte korla gata sinna Facebook do nga fo je ne nga fo je ke la kol baye nga tawla ngeto kumane nga kana nyini nga nyimena because ila tala nga fa mba fo la anu mi da sida na Facebook do nga so bala wani ba kan careful wani fa
te understand ko do bi ko men understand wala nyini ko jama bi je ni la private conversation be men fola je especially come like etene moment mandali back it's mostly something that you will simply say on Facebook live
wani ba mbuka mo ndata mo record ko wallahi billahi talla ndata ngake mo kilindo na wala ama jite nyol wala amar jite nyol law time do wala o mo bala fo nyimbe sinjida do gudlal so manda sino ta jolonta nam tera ko man na waje wallahi wato wala kam men fonye wande fa wala kan ko le tay dama fo ngoy mana wani baro fo bu ka ñoo tof dama fo la musu be tenani baro la musu fo bu ka ñoo tof wande fa wo time o intebe o celebration bala ambassador ko mare
no mo ben sa start ya mala bang okay go ahead
so when ko belete ko ñoo ni be damante
jide first diamol ala bigotry ni ngama tri manding call follow la de I start ko mon call le ko ndera la first du ñolay ma jakol le nek because o mol ya ko wol ñandalo na koy to lewol sindi e keno dila wur kanetol ke nka ko boy nka itebe mo la ko bet ni ite kamuna kuma si papa ni kiti ite fa ni akisi ite fa ba like lu dawol kiti ite ba sino la janyadi de ka ma jakol le kitan krib kara how can you say that sako Facebook live so ani ay ma jakol ma o nyama mbije ngo na mo le ko Jita was the number one reason. I had global and UDP Youth Online form, and it ended up with 34,000 to 40,000 members. Because when I get up, post na UDP group or decline. So I post I remember one of my posts because UDP need to stop this Ahmad Jita. He's a very big tribalist. Abe mola patriotic. Being all ninga do jita nyentola move tribalism ko e wala ko gande jakal. Tribalism tan wote tan ko
yala wala tuna nte mo tonya to hadamari momente ala judia Gambia Women's and Youth Forum was one of the biggest Facebook platform during the struggle. You understand? Mo ndeka call activism men beke odlato ika bele decline anything about Jame government la bele ka decline jumala ka approve no Gambia ita fa yalla jumala ka approve nte nana birinte nga lon ko nana ma keta mo lato admin neti nte nga anything post ko la nana ma keta ka wul fight le o abun jañol wala mu je admin oltino ninga anything ko la ka be jinde so nana ma ka wala contact nte kana ma contact nga post mo nana ma dama ikani anything about Jame government at that time anything about UDP nana ma dama le moti wul lato me alon ka approve. I was like, no, this is just a joke. It can deny automatically. But anything for about Dabo or any other things against UDP, it can just fat, it can just
wala enda bulanta ta grupo yelem fay ya onasan
yeah
ani ya remember o grupo men fanan tol nga yele ndol ngo grupo men fanan yele num ala enda fa de ma grupo yele because wo grupo men ba kono no ya kilo bakate birim fa bu sanata NPP ay o grupo la sambanyol
grupo nyenta UDP
pa we no grupo la ta pa we o sambal ano dara ay mo be boni
adunda jene pat pada adminol be bala mol be do anything ka ke odla ka be jindi le no wala net law UDP online youth online ala na powerful so because more be moved world so another women's forum in Gambia Women's youth and women for mo nyintel fana na rawd lato nyimbula ko men ka ken wod lato whatever no boy kuleta meta whatever what Gambian tried Adama Barrow should not be on Adama Barrow is very ungrateful, you understand? And the Gambia will appreciate for the little we've done for this guy. Be Adama Barrow kasi akafo mo le ko lem ba ko don fenyoti ay mon men tankino ay men tankino wa na Adama de mo ko ko
ma fo komen ko ma fo men ko ngal le wol mo fen ko lel tide what I'm trying to tell you is me fight kila war me ka Barrow but nde be Holland
yeah
bo men ka don sai sala jana lambaro nyi men ka rajande Barrow njay abe jan hani